Yup. Wow. Would you look at that? That was almost a perfect intro. The music timing actually lined up so well there. Not absolutely perfect, but damn, almost. Just like a few seconds short. That's a good sign for today. I'm going to take that as a good sign for today. Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. To people who are asking, yes, I do believe this is a BL game. It literally calls itself a Yandere X Demon BL Yaoi visual novel. So, yeah, if it ends up not being BL, I would be massively disappointed and throw a bit of a fit. I'd cry. I'd cry a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be betrayed. So we'll see. But from what I know, this is supposed to be a BL visual novel. The general idea of it is there is a demon that eats fear, and he is trying to eat some delicious fear, and he goes after a yaoi. A yaoi? He goes after a yaoi! He goes after a yandere, who has some, like, interesting fetishes and thoughts on relationship and love. And yeah, it's a dark intertwining of a yandere who's being consumed by a demon, but the whole question is, will the demon lose and be consumed by the yandere, who may be more into him than he is into fear and darkness? Good morning, Sensei. Good morning, Takoyaki. Good morning, Rain, in this episode of If Evil, Why Hot? We'll see if they're hot. But good morning, everybody. Thank you guys for donating the allowance. Also, hello, Pixie. After the yaoi. Yeah, no, my brain is just full yaoi. My brain's just like, yaoi? Yeah, yaoi? Also, Pixie, I didn't get to see it yet. I didn't see any updates. How did the Elite Four go? How did you do? Congratulations on getting as far as you did either way. But yeah, I hope things went well. Who will consume who first? Yeah, exactly. Your voice is so deep today. Yeah, I'm fighting off a bit of a throat cold. I've also been doing some voice acting outside of streams recently, so my voice is a tiny bit overused, but it's not like painfully overused, so don't worry about that. It is just my voice is going to sound a little bit deeper. I might not be able to hit like high notes or do as intense voice acting, but it should be fine. Sensei, not again. That's what I mean. I shouldn't really call it like a throat cold or anything. It's just more, I overworked a little bit. I've been like doing some extra things in the evening as well as during the morning. So yeah, it's all good. I need to keep drinking my honey lemon tea and not doing work on my days off and my, mornings between things and afternoons. I need one more win and there's 2 slots left. Get it, Pixie. Absolutely get it. I want you to get one of those physical trophies. You freaking earned it. But good luck. Getting as far as you did is incredible already. So congratulations. I hope things go well. That's awesome. For anybody who doesn't know, Pixie is part of the Cobblemon server as well. Pixie has actually taken it very seriously though. They're currently doing the Elite Four on the Cobblemon server. It's like down to like the final wire. And the first 10 people, the first 10 trainers who managed to defeat the entire Elite Four, which are very, very hard, managed to get an actual physical trophy that Siren and the team have had made and sent to them. And yeah, as you just heard from Pixie, there's still two spots left. Oh, that's awesome. Good luck with the yaoi today. Thank you, friend, for cheering me on. You're the best. No, you're the best. I hope it goes well. And Pixie also very recently debuted their Pokemon trainer outfit as well, their new model. So yeah, good luck, Pixie. I hope you get it. It's so awesome. But just getting that far with such a big server and so many talented people is freaking incredible. So good luck on everything. I hope it goes well. But just in general, thank you so much for being here despite everything. I hope you have a nice, relaxing morning. Take the trophy home? Hell yeah, I really hope so. Meanwhile, my dumbass managed to get to a single gym leader and get absolutely rocked, even though the gym leader was nice enough to level us down to 5. It was a fun time, though. I really enjoyed the Cobblemon server, and people have been so friendly on there. Like, people have just been having conversations in the general chat, and yesterday Siren even, like, dropped a thing where everybody can share their socials and, like, share things about themselves just so we can all get to know each other a bit better and hopefully, like, form some bonds that go on after the event. So it was just a really nice event to be invited to, especially like so early in my career. And even though I didn't have time to properly commit to the server itself, just so many lovely people on there. Sharing some good news, by the way. I'm having my first cosplay shoot next week. Also planning a Hinako shoot. Let's go, Kirarin. Congratulations. Thank you for donating the allowance. But yeah, that's awesome. I do hope you're having a lovely time. I hope the Hinako thing goes well. And I hope the cosplay shoot goes amazing. Honestly, I'm very excited for the end of Silent Hill F as well. It's it's one of those weird things where even though every time I play Silent Hill F, I'm like, I really enjoy this, but I wish it was better. Every time I'm away from Silent Hill F and think about the story more and the characters more, I'm like, it's such a good game. Like, the storyline and characters are so powerful that, like, weeks after playing it, I'm still thinking, like, oh, maybe this character was thinking this thing. Maybe that thing's going to happen to Junko. Maybe this is the reason that happened in the game. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things I feel like is going to grow on me more over time. And it's just going to be one of those ones where I'm like, man, I really just don't vibe with the gameplay. So yeah, I think the gameplay just isn't super for me, but the game is getting more and more like twisted in my mind and being like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, I do actually want to play like a second run through next Halloween and experience some more of the stuffs as well. No worries, Sensei. Oh, Yu-chan, you're the actual best? Oh, you're too sweet, Pixie, but thank you so much. This is me with FF15. Dude, I'm the opposite with FF15. FF15's battle gameplay was so good for me. I could play that shit for days and not get bored. There were times I would just like grind levels because I liked switching between all the different summons, finding like new combos and new ways to fight. The only bit that I didn't vibe with that everybody else, like who is a master at that game, knows so well is like the Odin one, where you get to like properly move cancel and do like the critical hits and stuff. That I can't do. Wait, that's Final Fantasy 16. Shit, my bad. In that case, FF15, I also, actually, yeah, no, FF15, the battle gameplay, I loved so much. I never got bored of the fighting gameplay. What I got pissed off with Final Fantasy 15 is just like the final, maybe quarter of the game, where you get put onto like a railroad and you have to go like a certain direction. If they had just done like a depression arc in the middle, where the depression arc should damn well go, the depression arc was so good. It's just you never recover from the depression arc. You go through the depression arc where everything's supposed to be like the lowest point for the hero, and then it just immediately throws you into like the finale and the time skip and everything, and it's like, oh, that could have been such a masterpiece. The gameplay was so good. The first like 7 chapters of the game are incredible the whole way through, and then just, I don't know, the depression arc landed. It could have been a good way to be like, look how sad it is. Everybody's sad and now you feel like crap. This person's gone blind. This person is weak. You're supposed to suffer. FF15 Royal Edition should have come out at the get-go though. True, that as well. And I've never played the Royal Edition, so maybe it's time to do a Final Fantasy 15 replay at some point. Because I really do like the story of Noctis. I also think there should have been, because they have the, when they announced the idea of like a Final Fantasy 15 multiplayer, what I thought it was going to be was, okay, 4 friends hop on and each of you get to play as one of the 4 boys while you run around the world. That would have been a masterpiece. If you each got to play one of the characters and could just hop on, and like FF15 was such a good one for like collecting memories. The way that Prompto would run around and take photos of you, and then the end game, like the final credit scene, it shows you all the photos that you took, all the vistas that you went to, and the ones that you individually took as a player. Absolutely goated mechanic that makes you feel like you're part of the journey and then kills you with nostalgia at the end with that painful ending. They had so many points set up in Final Fantasy 15 that could have made it an absolute masterpiece, and you can tell they just got absolutely rushed at some point during the production and could not stick the landing, and it's so sad. Imagine, oh yeah, 4-player FF15 would be so good. Any Final Fantasy talk, my ears just perk up. Yeah, actually, Pixie, the other day I was talking about the thing that you're doing with your Final Fantasy 14 run, where you're essentially writing a novel and a journal and like other things with your Final Fantasy character. I won't talk about it again, but yeah, reading that the other day was very fascinating, and it was very inspirational to me of just being like, oh, this is such a cool creative project. Oh man, the Arden DLC is so freaking good. I don't know about that at all though, to be fair. I haven't touched Arden, so that'd be fun to jump into as well. I just want to explore, like that was another thing they never really like, they promised a lot of and then you didn't get too much. The whole idea of like exploring different relics and finding different king's weapons. I feel like there were only like one of them or maybe two of them that were actually optional, and the rest of them were just storyline based and didn't really add too much. So it was like, I wanted that to be the things for like the secret dungeons and stuff. I wanted to unlock like giant swords and glaives and interesting weapons, and they just didn't really get there with that either. Run of all the FFs? God no. That would take a lifetime at this point. FF8 is still my favorite though. Someday I do want to do like the 7 like remake and stuff, because I played remake, but I never played the second one in the series. By the time the third comes out, like I'd have to like start now probably to get to it. FF14 Sensei Onegai. The worst thing is I'm still currently playing for an FF14 subscription. That's a game where I kind of like the story. I very much like taking photos and doing like fashion shows. I hate the gameplay. It's just not active enough for me. I need like a dodging mechanic and like some actual timing things rather than just like, if I could just set up a macro for my gunblader to just, sorry, gunbreaker. I always call it gunblader. If I could just set up a macro to just continuously loop all the gunbreaker attacks, like I wouldn't have to do anything. It would just be like, hey, he's doing his techniques, and that's the entire game, except for occasionally using your ones that give you invulnerability and that reduce your HP to 1 and stuff. And I'm just like, it's not for me. it's not for me. It puts me to sleep. Jingling keys in front of Cú. Exactly. I need jingled keys. I need jingled keys in my life. I need like flashy things. I need to feel like I'm putting in a difference. Yeah, no, Guild Wars 2 is an MMO. I loved the dodge rolling in Guild Wars 2. I played Guild Wars 2 religiously from when it came out for like a solid year and a half. I got the legendary short bow. I love that with a short bow, you can bounce the arrows off of enemies and kite multiple at once. It's so cool. Switch out to the daggers and go flying through the enemies. Dodge the big AoE attacks. Like Guild Wars 2, if FF14 had Guild Wars 2 gameplay, that would be it. I would probably no-life that game for fucking ever. I just need a dodge roll mechanic. Because they have it set up with like these big flashy like AoEs coming. Here's the big red spots, avoid them. And it would be like, oh, I just need something extra, man. It's just too slow. But with that said, sorry, I already gave the description for Fearbonding and then I got distracted by so many things in chat. Today, Demon X Yandere BL visual novel. It should be a fun time. It should be creepy. It should be spoopy. I do not currently have my fear counter on the screen because I don't think we're going to need it too much because, you know, are we scared of a demon? No. Are we scared of a Yandere? No. We run towards these things. So I'm going to have that hidden for now. But if we do end up needing it, it'll be a fun surprise. I don't know how horror this will be, how BL this will be. I know that it's got a mature content description, so there should be like some murder and some horrible things. So let's enjoy that. Fear the gays? Fear the gays. Be gay, do crimes. That is today's theme. And then we're going to play the other game, which isn't even out yet, unfortunately. You couldn't preload it. And I was like, well, yeah, we better delay that one. But with that said, we are going to dive into Fearbonding and see how this goes. I hope you're all having a lovely morning. And let's see how our Yandere X Demon BL begins. I also might have to adjust like music and sound effect volume as we go. So please do tell me if it's ever too quiet or anything. I'm hungry. Oh, I'm so hungry. Hinata's apartment. I grind my teeth as I listlessly stab my spoon into a bowl of yogurt, oats, and dried fruit. Ooh, white hair. Let's go. I'm gonna put you guys on the left side. I love the art. Yeah, it specifically said it was based around BL manga rather than like visual novels or anything else. So it looks like it is heavily leaning into the manga influence. I'll put myself here if that's where that text box is actually going to be. Maybe it'll change each time. But I guess this is Hinata. Another day, another meager human dish. My body so badly craves some real food. I take a bite while my eyes wander to the TV in my small apartment. A chuckle escapes my lips as I watch a man scream for his life on the screen. If this was a real murder scene, his fear would be overwhelming my senses. Sweet, viscous, and potent enough to send me headlong into an electrifying high. I feel shivers down my spine just imagining it. Okay, instantly really love the head voice. The writing's pretty good. Also, these little like things that make it come alive a little bit. The viscous like dripping down so you can imagine the gore. Oh, you're really getting into the head of this demon character already and how he like feeds off of fear, how much he craves it. Oops, I'm already drooling. Not good. I wipe my face with a tissue and sigh. This must be how humans feel when they watch a food commercial. My craving for fear intensifies again. Thankfully, it's time to head to work anyway. Hopefully we get to transport some terrified patients in the ambulance today. I hum and playfully spin my keyring around my finger as I leave. Hinata immediately jingled the keys for us. Let's fucking go. Oh, this art style is lovely. This really does remind me of manga. Like, this is a really intense panel. It doesn't take long before we get a call. Just 20 minutes after my shift began, I'm already heading to the scene with 2 co-workers. The youngest of us 3 is driving, while I write down the case info on a paper form. Japan is really the land of forms, isn't it? It'd be great if they at least gave us a laptop or tablet to type all that info in. I focus on the case at hand and go over what I know. A man called us because his girlfriend got hurt. Apparently she cut her own throat with a kitchen knife, but because he intervened, it isn't a deep cut. He's still worried and wants us to come, even more so because she also fell on her head during the fight. When asked why she cut herself, he mumbled something about her threatening him, but cut the call short when she started to yell. Strange. She threatened him? What would make her so desperate? Maybe he tried to break up with her and she lost it. How did she fall on her head, though? What if it was him who... Nah, no use in guessing what happened. I grin as I imagine the fear at least one of them must be feeling. I can't wait to meet them. Excuse me, we're with the ambulance you called? Just pausing that for a minute. Because I love that already. That is exactly the type of place my head goes, oh, this is a great dark visual novel already. Where you just immediately are like, huh. She cut her own throat, and yet her head was hit before that in a fight. Sounds to me more like he was abusing her and he's trying to push it off as a suicide, but not get in trouble. Is he a paramedic? What a genius move. Yeah, it gets him right in the action where people are scared or on their last moments of life. And if he's really, really dark, he could, push them over the edge. Make everything even just a little more scary. Excuse me, we're with the ambulance you called? Mr. Arima? Kosuke Arima? Oh, wait, this is the Yandere. Oh, shit, okay. Oh my god, thank you for coming. Please come in. He's quite restless. Fear is also there. But this is With my demonic eyes, I see fear taking shape around him. In his case, it's about an average size. The viscous ink-like liquid is turning into multiple arms reaching outward with a static noise like pattern on them. Isn't this fear of abandonment? I suppress the urge to lick my lips. This guy is mainly worried about himself. I put on a neutral expression and follow the man into the apartment. Okay. Yeah, no, this art is sick. I love this art style. And just immediately, he has demon eyes that can actually visualize people's fear. That's a cool thing. The supernatural elements in this are already sick. His girlfriend is sitting on the couch, holding a towel to her neck. Oh, how wonderful. An intense fear has taken hold of her. Like a cocoon, enveloping her. It's slowly turning around her, moving like black glue and splitting into multiple arms that hug her form. This is sick. Okay, I'm going to try to find a button for like getting rid of the text as well so we could see the full image. Is it like QWEASD what? Oh, I took a screenshot. XCV.
Self-voicing enabled.
Please no.
Self-voicing disabled.
Thank you. I did not like that. Right click. No, right click just brings up the menu. Oh, controls. That's easier than just pressing everything. Enter space. Navigate the inaccessible. Skips dialogue. Toggles dialogue. Skipping rows back to early rows forward. Hides the user interface. Takes a screenshot. Toggles assistive self-voicing. God, no. Opens the accessibility. Oh, there is none for hiding. That's aggravating. Huh. So there's none for hiding the dialogue boxes. That's a shame. That's a shame. I was really hoping there'd be a button so you could see the full, like, CG, or in this case... Oh, wait, H. Am I blind? Did you guys actually see that? It's user enter. How did I read them all out and manage to skip? Thank you. Thank you. The worst thing is that probably would have been like 3 keys away from the one I pressed. But yeah, I love these visualizations of fear. This is a cool idea. So you can tell, yeah, our main character, well, our secondary character, Kosuke, the love interest, the Yandere, this is his fear affecting her. She feels wrapped up. She feels controlled. And it's so cool to have this demon who can see these things and these visualizations. It's a cool way to do it. Yeah, I know, guys. I know. You know what? There you go. There you go. Just for a second. She feels suffocated with nowhere to run. I bite my tongue lest I smile like a maniac and the sweet scent of her fear is spreading. I suddenly open my hand towards her and begin to suck the fear into my fingers. It tingles as it wanders through my veins and into my beating heart. Ah, how sweet. As soon as I have enough to fill my stomach, I stop. If I gave in right now, I'd be on a high and unable to do my job. I noticed that Mr. Arima has stepped closer, bringing my senses back. She's still a bit out of it. You mentioned she hit her head? Yeah. She fell when I tried to take the knife away. Can you confirm that, madam? She slowly nods, but her eyes remain unfocused. My co-workers open up the folding wheelchair. She can still move, so the wheelchair is a better option than the stretcher. Keep applying pressure on the wound, Miss Shiraishi. We'll help you to the ambulance. Can I come with you? Yes. Miss Shiraishi grabs my hand. Is there something you want to say, madam? She slowly shakes her head. I guess I'll keep seeing you afraid then, my honeycomb. This is so fucked up. The fact that this demon is sitting here and just knowing like, oh, this is an abusive situation. And anybody else who caught onto this situation that easily would be like, no, Mr. Arima, I think you should stay here. There's only room for one in the ambulance. You're not direct family. But yeah, him just being like, oh yeah, you can come along. And just being like, oh, she's got to suffer even more. This is going to be lovely. Honeycomb is wild. Yeah, you get a really nice visualization for like the fear dripping off of her. She's just a sponge that's absolutely soaked with it. That's all he is, all she is to him. I check her wound to make sure it's clean and not too deep. Then we guide her into the royal chair. Mr. Arima, could you please bring some of her belongings with you to the ambulance? Like her health insurance card? Yes, along with anything else that could be helpful. On the way to the ambulance, I keep asking her questions to gauge her current state, but her unfocused stare and short, slow answers make my coworkers worry. At least she was able to confirm her full name, Yukiko Shiraishi, as well as her date of birth. As we drive, I fill out the form with her personal info. Miss Shiraishi is in a daze, so I fill the rest with Mr. Arima's help. Then I start checking with nearby hospitals for any open beds. After several minutes, we finally get a positive answer and make our way there. Mr. Arima is fully focused on his girlfriend, whose eyes stare fixedly at the ceiling. She won't even let him hold her hand when he tries to gently clasp it. You two just make me even more curious about what happened. Their fears start to overlap slightly, pushing and merging and separating again. How did it come to this? How did they create this wonderful fear? The car slows down as we near the hospital. But I don't want to leave them in this tasty paradise that they've created. What a shame. Oof. Yeah, that's fucked up. Hinata's apartment again. So we've got like Kosuke, who is a yandere, who is like obsessed with this girl and has a fear of abandonment. So he's getting the fear from Kosuke of like, oh no, I went too far. My love was too much for her. She's going to push me away. I'm going to be left all alone again. And then you've got the actual abuse victim, the girl who's like, God, he's going to kill me. He won't ever let me go. I thought I'd finally be free, but now he's coming with me to the hospital. Is he going to kill me? Is he going to make it look like an accident? Like, and he's just reveling in that fear. A man who doesn't want to be alone, who might do more harm to the girl, and the girl who's just scared of dying, feels completely suffocated and isolated and can't say anything. It's a horrible situation for her. And at the same time, it's so cool to have such a dark MC who's just feeding off of it and like, oh, this relationship is so fucked up. They're both so horrific. It's like, oh God, poor girl. Yeah, poor girl. Unfortunately, those kinds of relationships actually exist. And normally, thankfully, when that kind of thing does happen, her having the strength in that moment to reach out and grab his hand, just to basically let him know as soon as he asks, like, would you like to come, Kosuke? Like, that should have been like any normal person's reaction for like, oh, she's scared of him coming with her. I need to get her away from him so she can tell me about what's going on alone without the threat of him. So unfortunately, this happens to be a demon who's reveling in this, so it's a lovely story. It's a lovely story because it is so fucked up. And hopefully in the real world it would go better. And like, that's what I love about these kinds of stories. Like, this kind of thing could make somebody who doesn't understand this realize like, oh, sometimes people that are victims of abuse, they do like the tiniest little signals to try to get help from people and try to notice them more in the future. But yeah, on the other hand, let's just enjoy our demon feeding off of all of it. Thankfully, they're fictional characters and nobody actually got hurt. After a long day at work, I'm back home. For the rest of the day, and even now, I still think about that couple. Damn, I want to eat their fear again. It's been a long while since I've eaten something so delicious. There was so much fear that I could even fill my stomach for once. If I was around them more, especially the man, could I get to eat more often? I can't help but grin as I imagine feasting on the fear he causes. We transferred his girlfriend to the hospital without trouble. I imagine that she'll be staying there for now. Should I visit her? Could be a bit too suspicious. There are privacy laws to contend with after all. But I don't mind taking a little risk for such fear. Maybe instead of visiting her directly, I could act like I'm visiting someone else. A made-up relative, and just happen to mistake her room for theirs. And if her boyfriend visits her while I'm there too, that would be just perfect. I survey my apartment to distance myself from my temptations and catch sight of my e-guitar. I should get to practice for the upcoming jazz festival. Of course, someone who likes pain and suffering likes jazz. That just goes hand in hand. You want to cause a bunch of humans fear? Tell them you're going to a jazz show. Like, you don't hate me, right? Surely you're going to come to my 12-hour jazz performance. It's all improvisational. We don't have a single thing planned. You like jazz? You like jazz. Also, this guy is weak. I could do way better than this. I'd just be like, oh, I could tell you were trying to signal me. Like, do you have anything to tell me? Like, I'd be better at feeding off fear than this guy. And I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about the fact that if I wanted to, I could be way more manipulative than this demon. Or maybe there's a better distraction. Okay, so we've got a guitar, manga, or a laundry basket. I wonder if this changes the ending we get. Interesting. You know I'm going to dive into the manga. Take them to a country music show. That'll really scare them. Oh, hell yeah. An old classic from the... Oh, so this is... I was wondering if this art style was slightly inspired by Junji Ito. It doesn't have the same style, but like the shading and everything. Oh, okay. So yeah, they probably love them some Junji Ito. An old... Wait, or is Junichiro Ito an actual thing? Is this not a Junji Ito reference? Watch me look like a complete idiot now. An old classic from the horror mangaka Junichiro Ito called Tomomi. I read his works from time to time. I wonder if there are still things that truly frighten him after drawing horror manga for so long. Oh wait, is Junichiro Ito his actual name? Or is this just a reference without the exact... It is Tomoe, right? Yeah. It's Tomie, the character who literally exists to suffer. So yeah, okay. I'm not just crazy. So much of that was like, wait, am I a fake fan? So it is a reference just with slightly different names. Cool. If you don't know what Tomie is, it's actually a very fascinating one where it's a girl who's just like so incredibly beautiful, so gorgeous, but she basically just exists to suffer. Everybody basically wants to own her, and she's become like a monster in her own right because of the things that have been done to her and because of what she exists as in her form. Junji Ito is also an incredibly cute and adorable man. Like, if you ever see him actually do interviews, it's one of the most fascinating things is the fact that he writes all this horrific, disgusting stuff, absolutely fear-inducing. He's like a modern-day like Lovecraft with how well he manages to capture unsettling imagery and storylines. But then he goes to conventions and he talks to people and he's like, haha, like he's so sweet and like outgoingly friendly. One of the best examples of like, yeah, fiction is just fiction. You can write all that fucked up and horrific shit and then just still be like, huh. Now I just want to surround myself with cute shit. I've been way too dark recently. Let me get out of my basement. Tomie is literally like top 10 most valid crash outs. She deserved to go ham. Oh yeah, no. She had so much horrific shit done to her where it was like, hey, she's basically like the perfect victim stereotype. Like the innocent, sweet, beautiful, perfect person. But then she becomes a monster in her own right and twists it around. Then you find out that actually she's got her own shit going on. But yeah, I love that they're just like sharing their inspirations here as well. Oh, okay. So I can just explore other things. Laundry basket. I should do some laundry, actually. Into the washing machine with you. I find a note when I check the pockets. Isn't this from the guy I slept with once? Hope he's still not waiting. Thought I made it clear I wasn't looking for anything serious at the time. Good for you. Having fun, playing the field. On the other end of the spectrum is Hayao Miyazaki. I know, right? Makes such cute, inspirational things and is just so depressed and tired of it. Personally, I'd prefer my work to be dark so my life could be happy than to have, like, happy work and be like, oh, I'm so tired of putting on a nice front. Time to practice. As I play, I zone out, only focusing again whenever I notice a mistake I have to correct. I like the feeling of drowning out the world as I focus on the music. Being on stage isn't a bad feeling either. I like looking down on people as they look up at me in adoration. And it's just the right distance. They can't ask for more than me playing well for them. Shallow relationships are easier to handle. I've had my fair share of mishaps from misreading the mood in a social group, or because I was too caught up in someone's fear. Standing out as strange makes it hard to get close for those who are scared. To those who are scared. Exactly the opposite of what I want. Ugh, who could it be? Also, I love the fact that even though this is a demon, so he wants to be out on the outside, he wants to just have shallow relationships and be on the fringe. This is so similar to what we talked about at the end of Fata Morgana the other day, talking about avoidant personality types. People that do that kind of stuff, and it's more of like a defense mechanism from being pushed away in the past. So yeah, this is a character that revels in that, loves that. I want to see you. I miss you, my dear, dear Hinata. I want to touch those talented hands. Play for me, Hinata. I know you're playing for me. Oh, God. Creepy enough that he did happen to be playing the guitar at this point. Is somebody stalking him too? Oh, the clingy ex. No, no, no. God. What a disgusting pig. Must be the same lunatic from before. I've already blocked various numbers he's used and discussed the issue with my bandmates. He's using a lot of burner phones, so it's hard to locate him for the police. I started to get these messages right after one of our performances, and they mention my hands and guitar a lot, so I suspect it's an unhinged fan. Watch it be Kosuke. I'm also going to turn the music and the sound up a little bit, because I realized we're not getting the full, like, atmospheric feeling. That feels better. Okay. I started to get these messages right after one of our performances, and they mention my hands and guitar a lot, so I suspect it's an unhinged fan. And immediately, as soon as I did that, the music ends up being way louder. Back down a tiny bit you go. I hope someone takes care of this trash one day. Man, now I don't want to practice anymore. I put away the guitar, turn off my phone, and set a separate alarm clock to wake me up tomorrow. Hospital. I really ended up here on my day off. I can hardly believe myself. But the fear tasted so good. I even went as far as posing as her friend to ask for her room number at the hospital counter. Fuck it. I'm here already, so let's try to meet them. As I get closer to the room, I slow my pace. Now, what should I say exactly once I'm in the room with her? Do I get an option? Just when I try to think of how I can salvage my improvised plan, I hear a woman screaming. Just leave me alone! Then I hear a familiar voice replying. Babe, please hear me out at least. That's Kosuke Arima. He must be talking to Miss Shiraishi. I push the sliding door slightly ajar so I can listen to their conversation better. No, my mind hasn't changed. Let's break up. Throw myself over here. Also, I like the different shapes of the dialogue boxes as well. They really give some characterization. The demon's thoughts are all pitch black. Yukiko's dialogue boxes are kind of all over the place because she feels kind of lost and attacked. My eyes widen as they fall silent. So when we visited them, she didn't threaten him because she wanted to break up. Instead, perhaps he wouldn't accept her wish to break up. I beg you, please don't do this to me. I can hear him whimpering. I can't do this to you! What about what you did to me? All these weird presents of yours. Do you know how suffocating it is to be your partner? Get out! Or I'll call the hospital staff! But, no buts! You're insufferable. You always argue from your point of view, your own goddamn needs and insecurities, but you never consider how I feel. Do you even know how long it's been since I've met up with my friends or family because of you? But I did so much for you. Oh, but I did so much for you. See, this is what I mean! You don't even get what you're doing. God, I pity your future partner. Now go! Oh, wow. We just witnessed a breakup. He sucks so bad. Yeah, it sounds like he's incredibly controlling, incredibly manipulative, insecure. Like, he genuinely sees himself as the victim right now, too. Oh, look how shaky his eyes are. But yeah, again, the dialogue boxes have been really good. 1 second. I am going to pause just for a moment to blow my nose. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, that's how they are. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like he's fully insecure, sees himself as the victim, and is able to manipulate other people and convince them, like, no, it's just that I love you so much. I just don't want you spending your time with other people. Like, I need you. I'm desperate. Why would you push me away? Why don't you see how much I do for you? How much I care about you? It's creepy. The unstable text is such an added flavor to the story. Yeah. I don't know if it's like based around fear just yet, or it's supposed to be like the tone of the voice. It could be everything like wrapped together. Dog sounds like a person who did this to me too. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people like this. And it is one of those things where sometimes they genuinely feel like they are the victim. Like they can convince themselves like, I'm the hero of this story. I'm a good person. This is just how I show love. They never do any self-introspection and realize, oh, I'm making people uncomfortable. Oh, this isn't healthy. Oh, this is dangerous for other people and I need to like temper myself. And a lot of times it is insecurity to the point of just like, hey, maybe just, you know, have confidence in yourself, realize people can have other friends and hang out with other people and you don't have to be with them all the time. And it doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means they have a fucking life. We don't see colors in this game, so there's no red flags around. There's a little bit of red. The text is red. It's unfortunately uncommon with folks like that. Yeah, just not seeing their own bad parts. And even when it's explained to them, it's just like, no, you bitch. You're the evil one. You're the one who's hurting me. You're so cold and heartless. Why would you do this to me? I've done so much to you. For you, even. It's usually how they are, talking about all their pain, like your pain doesn't even exist. Yeah. I'm not sorry for loving you. I'm sorry my love's too much for you. Yeah, and meanwhile, she did horrific things to Odie in the original story. Oh, God. I hear footsteps approaching and move away just before Mr. Arima leaves the room, closing the door behind him. He looks embarrassed, angry, and scared. I grab onto him before I can even register my actions. Ooh, the fear. The arms coming off of him. The things that look more like nooses around his neck. Let's go. His fear of abandonment looks even more spiky than before. This doesn't taste bad. Okay, so his fear of abandonment is getting spiky, which I think is a sign of the fact that it's causing pain to him, but it's also able to cause pain to others. It's like a noose around himself that makes him like latch on to others and be desperate and causes pain to himself. But yeah, it's also caused him to hurt his girlfriend and probably many other partners before. And now that it's even spikier even after he stabbed her. Shit, maybe it's gonna get even fucking worse for the people around him. He turns around to regard me with surprise, then puzzlement. But soon both give way to recognition. Oh, the paramedic from before. Could you let me go? I really need to go. Wait. Come on. I can't just leave someone who went through such a brutal breakup alone. He grinds his teeth and looks away. So, you heard everything. Aren't you here because of your job? Or I don't know, to visit someone? His eyes look so dead now. Also, I just noticed that he has a little mole by his eye. It's a nice design. Very simplistic, very realistic. I see people calling him Timu Levi. That's fucked up, guys. He looks more like he stepped out of like a webtoon to me. He looks kind of like Yeshua. Wait, no, that's not even a webtoon, but still. He looks like Yeshua from the King's Avatar. Or like, I don't know the characters' names, but I feel like there's a character that looks a lot like this, an omniscient reader viewpoint as well. He just looks like the generic everyday man. Timu Yukimasa. Also, yeah, Yukimasa. My visit is over already, and I see you haven't slept well. Maybe you haven't even eaten much since we last met. I did not ask for your medical advice. Then think of it this way. Sometimes it's good to vent to a stranger, a neutral third party. Aren't you just gonna get annoyed and leave in the end? He looks like a kicked puppy, but underneath that sweet expression, he has such ability to terrify people. Man, do I want to tame him for myself. I love this guy. Oh, it's Kim Dokja? I think, yeah. I'm not going to look him up right now, but I know there's somebody from ORV that looks similar. Nah, I'm a good listener. The drinks are on me. He sighs. Maybe it's better to not be alone right now. He gives me a smile and nods. Now that I can take a good look at his face, he's actually pretty handsome. Even better. He follows me dutifully as we leave the hospital. What a great first step to acquiring my new hunting dog. Izakaya, which is a Japanese bar. With like light food as well. It's like appetizers and alcohol. So I'm really liking this because this is absolutely horrific. This is what we would call like a relationship that would turn into like toxic codependency. A character who's like, oh, Yandere. I'd like a Yandere. Someone who's absolutely obsessive. Somebody who causes pain. Somebody who loves me that desperately. That's what I need in my life, even if it hurts me. And this demon doesn't realize that they're going to get more than they can chew. They're compatible. They think they're compatible until the fact that, yeah, this guy is going to latch onto the demon's just like, oh, I can use you to make other people feel fear. I can use you to like hurt other people and just watch it happen and be your friend. And meanwhile, the Yandere is like, wait, this person showed me kindness? A little bit of kindness, that's all I need. He'll never leave me. He'll stay with me. He's a paramedic. He helps people. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. We enter an Izakaya restaurant that offers grilled yakitori chicken. I am going to turn that down a little bit. Oh, those aren't the voices? Do those count as the sounds? That counts as the music? Okay, that's just strange. Yeah, okay, I'll just turn it down just a little bit. It's kind of intense. We enter an Izakaya restaurant that offers grilled yakitori chicken skewers and other foods that go well with alcohol. It's a bit rowdy, but to me it's a comfy place. Other regulars are here too, like university students and men in suits who come here right after work or classes. The staff greets us as we enter, and the smoky smell from the grill fills our noses. We saw that the demon doesn't really like sticky people clinging to him, so this demon is biting more than he can chew for sure. Yeah, exactly. He likes to keep things surface level and push people away, but he's just met a Yandere who, maybe he doesn't realize that Kosuke could be into men as well. Maybe he's just like, oh, this will be perfect. He can torture women while I follow him around. Meanwhile, yeah, he's about to get latched onto. He's about to become the victim, even though he thinks this is his victim. A waiter leads us to a table in the corner and we take our seats. As I open the menu, I notice Mr. Arima isn't even glancing at it. He's lost in a vague, broken stare. That must be why it was so easy to convince him to follow me. What do you want? Just beer. Drinking on an empty stomach should make him tipsier faster. I hope he's a talkative drunk. I order a bowl of edamame for myself to snack on and beer for us both. As soon as it arrives, Mr. Arima grabs his glass. He downs a big gulp of his drink the moment we say cheers. He sighs in relief, looking a little refreshed. I hit the spot. Right? Nothing better than some beer after a hard day. After drinking some more, he finally seems ready to talk. By the way, is it okay if we speak casually with each other? It might make it easier for you to vent. I guess. Well, look at that. He's already a little tipsy. You can call me Hinata. Is it alright if I call you Kosuke? Yeah. Kinda cute how he responds so eagerly and innocently. I chuckle and rest my chin on my hand. So, Kosuke, I'm all ears. He sighs and pouts. Yukiko, she said that she felt suffocated by me. He rubs his eyes and groans. Doesn't that just mean that I'm dedicated? We date. Dated, after all. Isn't it normal to want to spend your time together as a couple? Our jobs already take up so much time, so... I nod along as I munch on the edamame. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a scary look at things. It's like, we already have to be separate when it comes to work, so surely we should spend every other single waking second together. She doesn't have time for other people. She doesn't have time with anyone else. It has to be me and only me. Ugh. Oh boy, but she was terrified. Not that I'm complaining, of course. And not being able to meet her family and friends because of me. Was it really me? We all get busy with life as adults, so... Why do you think she blamed you? Maybe I did ask her a few times to prioritize us. And how often did you ask? Aren't you here to listen to my side? That face! Oh yeah, Kosuke is fucking terrified. That immediate twist of like, man, I'm the good guy, right? Well, how many times did you ask? Did you like harass her? I'm sorry. I'm not here to be accused of anything. I'm here to have a good time and relax. Are you going to let me relax and have a good time, or are you a dickhead? Like, Kosuke is so immediately manipulative. Right. Go on, then. At my urging, he lets it all out of his system. He didn't like it when others spent a lot of time with her. Mid-rant, he suddenly mentions how much he hated the 2 times she broke a promise. Then he slips into unfocused ramblings for a while. In short, he had made her the center of his life and wanted her to do the same for him. While it sounds rough to date him, from this conversation alone, I couldn't have imagined that his behavior would push his ex so far that she would hurt herself. But after seeing their respective fears, it's pretty clear that he's not divulging some of the details of his actions. Yeah, I don't think she hurt herself. I still think he's the one who sliced her with the knife. And that was finally her breaking point to call an ambulance and try to get the fuck out of that situation. She was like, oh, if I stay, he's going to kill me. I need to be around other people that can arrest him if he tries to do shit again. He knows he did stuff wrong and he won't man up to it. I don't think he quite knows he did stuff wrong either. I think this person, Kosuke, is fully in the mind of like, no, it's not wrong. That's just what love is. Love is supposed to be all-consuming. Like, if she doesn't want to spend every single waking moment with me, she doesn't really love me. But why wouldn't she love me when I put in all the effort? I do all of this for her. Why can't she just do the same for me? That's what it's supposed to be. And a lot of that does come from, like, yeah, a damaged psyche as a child, not having been shown love as a child, being irrationally, like, defensive and thinking, oh, you spent 1 single second with somebody else? Is that because you don't want to be with me? Am I too much for you? That kind of shit. Anyway, Chilku? No, I will voice act the shit out of this. It's so funny that this game is perfectly what we were, like, talking about some of the things the other day when it comes to, like, relationship stuff. Delusions and with zero self-awareness or reflection? Yeah. We'll see, though. Maybe he does have some self-awareness, but considering as soon as somebody even slightly said, like, well, how many times did you, like, tell her about this kind of thing? And he was just immediately like, what does that matter? Like, what? Who cares? Was her social circle scared of him? How delicious would their fear be? If she had asked him to hurt someone for her, would he have done it? Why are you smiling while I'm in pain here? Oh, you're starting to slur. And you had, what, 5 beers already? Fucking lightweight. You can't get drunk on beer. Damn. Time to go home. No! Why not? Aren't you tired? Oh. I just don't want to be alone. His fear of abandonment is a rounder shape than before. Maybe being drunk makes him less tense, but I still welcome his fear. I change seats to sit next to him. See, I love this as well, because they're very much like, even though this person is absolutely fucking terrifying, they are pointing it out that this all stems from fear. This all stems out from like, oh, like, he's scared of being abandoned, and that's why he acts like this scary and irrational and can hurt the people around him. It is something that he should go to therapy for his own self, to have some confidence and self-worth so he doesn't do that to other people, and so that he can have a healthy relationship. Because right now, his relationship is suffocating and dangerous. It's toxic. Huh? Look at me. I'm here with you, aren't I? Right. He looks deep into my eyes. When I inch closer to him, he gets embarrassed and looks away. I chuckle as I playfully wrap my arm around his neck. Getting embarrassed now? How cute. Look, it's just, you're kind of close. But you didn't want to be alone, right? He sighs. I pat his back and stand up. I'll walk you home so you can have a bit more company, alright? He looks relieved and nods, following me to the counter where I pay our bill. Wait, I can pay for myself. Nah, don't worry. I told you drinks were on me. Making him feel indebted should make it easier to meet up again. Fucking awesome. And again, they are very much making the demon a bad guy. This is a horrible, abusive person. Even if we take out the demon and preying on fear, like this is just a character who's like, oh, you're desperate for attention. I can use you. I can consume you. Like, take out the Yandere and the demon part, and it is just a toxic, codependent relationship that's forming. I love this toxic as hell gay relationship. Oh yeah, they are going to be freaky as fuck. Because one of them's going to be like, look, you love me, right? So you'll do this for me. And the other one's going to be like, I really don't want them to leave, so I guess I have to do whatever they fucking are. It's like, oh, this is the worst relationship forming right here. Let's fucking go. One of them wants to eat the other one. The other one wants to be eaten and also to consume right back. There's got to be nothing left of either of them. As we leave the Izakaya, his eyes scan me up and down. Why are you looking at me so intensely? Oh, wait, sorry. Why are you looking at me so intensely? It's just the first time someone kind of escorts me, I guess. Oh, Kosuke. This is your first time being pursued? This is your first time being a bottom? Oh, baby boy. Yeah, no, you're the UK in this relationship. Accept it. Let somebody pay for you. Let yourself be the princess in this one. Wait, I came out wrong. What I mean is, oh, you came out, did you? Yeah, this is gay panic at its finest. This is, wait, people can pursue me. People can treat me like a princess, even though I'm a man too. Welcome to your new bisexual world, my dude. It's a fun time. Go on. He covers his flustered face with his hand. What I mean is, this was nice. You're welcome. I suppress the urge to corner him. I want to erase Miss Shiraishi from his head, but I need to take it slow. I don't want him to run away. How long will I need to wait until I can take her place? Is a romantic relationship the way to tame him after all? Holy fuck. This is so good. This is an evil person who knows what they are. A straight up demon who's like, I am here to consume you. And a person who sees themselves as good and just like a bit too loving, who is actually full on to like Yandere, scary, delusional, like obsessive, but considers himself the good guy. So the one guy is like, oh, I need to play safe. I need to take it nice and easy so he doesn't get scared away immediately. And the other one is like, wait, he actually likes me? Can I actually be obsessive with him? Oh God, I don't want to scare him away too. They're both got like the same thoughts. They're both so horrible. It's just they're approaching it in different ways. What's the best way to get to your place from here? Huh? Why? Relax, I'm just walking you to the station. Or a taxi if that's what you prefer. He pouts and tries to explain how he'll get home, but he's too drunk to make such sense. I still remember clearly where his apartment is, so I call a taxi and get in with him. When the taxi sets off, he leans on my shoulder as his eyelids start to close. How defenseless. I pat his head, to which he responds to by nuzzling even deeper into my neck. I can hear him whimpering, "Don't leave me." I'm conflicted. I feel lust like humans, and I've had my fair share of relationships, but being loved and caring to a suffocating degree just feels wrong to me. But on the other hand, now I have this potential hunting dog who's so scared to be left alone that even his own fear is enticing, let alone the fear he causes to others. How ironic. To survive, I need to eat fear. But because of it, I regularly get into dangerous situations just like this one. This huge dog had better be worth it. I pinch his cheek, which makes him groan and slowly push my hand away. After a while, we arrive in front of his apartment building. When I see him staggering to the entrance, I sigh and lend him a shoulder as we walk towards his apartment door. Kosuke's apartment. And now I've only just noticed what the demon is actually setting up, which makes this, so much more fucked up. He's like, oh yeah, no, I'll give him romance. I'll pretend to care for him. And then, when he's desperate enough for me, like he said earlier, I wonder if he'd be desperate enough to kill for her with how much he loves. So desperately attached that he would hurt other people for his love. So yeah, the demon is like, I can use him as a hunting dog. I can get him to murder other people. You love me, don't you? This other person is trying to pursue me. This stalker who keeps blowing up my phone. Surely you want to protect me? I want to be just with you. Nobody else but you. But this other person is going to split us apart. What are you going to do for us? For your love. He really thinks I can make him worse? Yeah, he really thinks. This is my attack dog. This is my pet now. I'll keep him trained well with just a little bit of love and attention and affection, even though I don't actually feel that or want a deep connection. Oh, it's so fucked up. He gets his keys out after a few attempts, and once we're inside, I sit him down on his couch. When I turn to leave, he grabs my hand. Oh, and here is the switch. Fuck, this is so sexy. I love the back and forth between like, is the demon going to consume him and treat him as his pet? Or is the Yandere going to snap and break the demon and make him his bitch? Which one's going to be the dog? Which one's going to be below? Kosuke, I'd like to get home too. I still feel down. Can you hug me? I push my hair out of my face and reluctantly smile at him as I open my arms. He immediately hugs me and his nails slowly dig into my back. His sweet tone from before was gone. Now it's deeper and threatening. Will you stay by my side? Will you be different from the others? I grind my teeth. Oh boy, he's strong. I might even be a little scared, but I instinctively feel a rush whenever I notice fear. It takes a lot of willpower to suppress the urge to provoke him. Yeah, I will. On some conditions. Conditions? Don't worry about it for now. He hugs me even tighter. Please, can you let go for just a moment? It hurts. But you're gonna leave too, right? How about we exchange numbers then? He lets go and looks at me with joy. Really? As if I would ever let you go, you crazy possessive dog. He obediently gives his number and saves mine, and smiles at me as I say goodbye. I just hope he remembers all this. That was fucking amazing. This is so good. He knows how to play him perfectly. The demon knows how to play Kosuke perfectly. Kosuke, like, he doesn't seem to realize how dangerous Kosuke is. The nail digging in. Also, I hope you guys are fine with me doing my little ASMR things, the little head pats and the little, like, nails digging in. I have an ASMR mic for a reason, and it's working perfectly for this. But yeah, no. Oh, God. I fucking love this. It really is like which one's going to consume the other. And I know there's multiple endings, so... This is the thing. In fiction, I'm exactly the same as the demon, where I'm like, oh, let's provoke. Let's make it go worse. Let's see how bad this gets. But in real life, there are people who will just, you know, not roleplay, not have a fun time and like pretend to like snap a little bit and lean into their sadistic side with a nice safe word for protection, but will actually snap and be like, oh, I've always wanted to have you and nobody else in the way. If I just cut off all your limbs so you can't run away, and then I can consume you, I can eat you, and then you'll be with me forever. You won't run away like the other ones. In the words of cinema therapy, do not pursue. Exactly. In the words of real life, get the fuck out of there. With a spring in my step, I leave the building, and my phone vibrates almost immediately. No! Oh, it's so fucked up. He's so desperate. He's so clingy. My elation vanishes when I realize it's not from Kosuke. Oh, okay. He was actually happy about that. But it's not. Oh, shit. He's been watching him. Okay. Who is he? I whip my head around in search of them. Just where is this fucker? I quickly head to a well-lit street and call for a taxi as I walk, pretending to still be on the phone until it arrives. I wish I was physically stronger than a human. Then at least I wouldn't have to worry about trash like him. I nibble on my fingernail in agitation until I'm finally back home. I thought the stalker is Kosuke. I'm having the same thoughts right now. I'm thinking Kosuke was actually already stalking Hinata. I'd already seen him, like, play guitar. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why he was moving on from his girlfriend. Maybe his girlfriend was even just a stepping stone to get closer to Hinata. Maybe he knew, like, oh, he's a paramedic. I can just keep working my way through people, hurting them, getting them to call an ambulance. Find him eventually. Make a nice little meet cute where he helps me. And then he'll feel like the hero. If he feels like the hero taking care of a lost puppy, he can't leave me. He has to stay with me. But now he's going back and forth with the two personalities and doing like, don't abandon me for him. And also like, but I am him. Maybe he's preying on fear as well, making him even more like needy and clingy. Once I'm there, I immediately grab my e-guitar. I need to distract myself. Good. This is better. I feel calmer. Let's just sleep for today while this lasts. It's been a few days since we exchanged numbers. He always responds to my messages, but anytime I try to make the conversation a little flirtier, he sidesteps or ignores it. Ugh, this is annoying. The breakup might have made him cautious about anything related to romance. Approaching him directly isn't working. Time to take another little risk. Oh shit! And Kosuke's actually playing it smart. Kosuke, despite being so desperate, so clingy, so like, you're not gonna leave me, right? Is making sure to keep him on the line, to make him keep chasing him. This is just, holy shit. The worst kinds of people playing on each other. Approaching him directly isn't working. Time to take another little risk. I still remember Miss Shiraishi's address, so I've decided to accidentally bump into her on my day off. She should be out of the hospital by now. She was able to clearly articulate her words when she broke up with Kosuke, so her fall on her head shouldn't have had any long-term damage. I walk around the area for a few hours. I don't see her in the small supermarket nearby, nor waiting at a bus station. I hope she's not gone on vacation or something. After a while, my feet need a rest, so I look for a place to sit down. When I find a bench, I realize that there's already a woman sitting there, lost in a fit of weak, trembling sobs. My luck must be impeccable. Oh, a crying woman! Yay, I'm so lucky! God damn it, Hinata. Why are you like this? Are you alright? I offer the woman, who turns out to be Miss Shiraishi, a pack of tissues. She first holds up her hand to decline my offer, but when she sees that I won't back down, she takes it and bows a little to thank me. After a few moments, she takes a deep breath. Looks like she's calmed down a bit. Do you remember me? I'm one of the paramedics who took you to the hospital. She studies my face with furrowed eyebrows, then lights up with recognition. Oh, right. I'm so sorry, but I don't think you mentioned your name. Hinata Kusumoto. If you don't want to, you don't have to answer. But why are you crying? Her gaze wanders to the ground as she clutches her arm, clearly uncomfortable. I know a nearby cafe where they serve good hot chocolate. That always cheers me up. How about we drink there, and if you want to, you can talk. Otherwise, just enjoy the hot chocolate. But, you know that state I found you in before? And today I find you crying. I'm just worried. Miss Shiraishi and I... Miss Shiraishi and I want to help. Okay. I'm just worried, Miss Shiraishi, and I want to help. Venting to a stranger can be quite relieving. And after you have your drink, I'll leave you alone. No, that would be too... I guess that would be too much. Then just wait here for a second, Miss Shiraishi. Before I hear her answer, I look for a nearby vending machine and get a hot coffee can. I hope you can at least accept this. Oh, and... I take out my business card and give it to her. You know, the state we found you in was quite something. I'm a little worried if... everything is alright between you and your partner. If you ever need more information for a difficult domestic situation like yours, call me and I can find you the right specialist to help you out. Was it that obvious? I think I've pushed the right buttons. I just see this a lot on the job, Miss Shiraishi. It's all up to you if you want to accept. Alright. I guess going to a cafe is fine. There we go. Holy fuck. He's so horrific. Just like, oh, this woman is so beautiful. Let me feast on it a bit more. She took the bait. Yeah, she did. She just needs somebody. She's probably been isolated from people for so long. She feels so alone. And I'm sure Kosuke is like still texting her and saying horrific shit. Probably planning on killing her so that nobody else can have her. And trying to keep her scared so that she can't run away and leave someone else. Leave him even to be with someone else. So she can't trust anyone because he's probably doing the same kind of stalkery text that Hinata is getting with like the, who is he? What are you doing? Don't go to your parents' house. They always try to poison you against me. I don't want to have to hurt them, but I will if I have to. That kind of shit. I bring her to the cafe, where we order and sit down with our piping hot drinks. The steam rises as Miss Shiraishi warms her hands on the mug. I wait for her to talk. Today, I just couldn't stay home. Too many memories with him there. When I was outside and took in the fresh air, I just broke down. And then you found me. She takes a sip, quivering slightly as she frowns with closed eyes. The day you met us, I'd had enough. It was a late wake-up call, but at least I realized it, I guess. He can be sweet and caring, but he's also a very jealous man, to the point it becomes hard to keep friends. And when you rely too much on one person, they can do a lot to you. Yeah. They isolate you so that you can only rely on them. That is what manipulators do. That's specifically what human traffickers do as well. They get you away from everyone else. They take you to a different country where you have no one you can escape to, and even better if you can't speak the language. He's trying to completely isolate her and make her alone so that she can only rely on him. Ugh. I take in small pieces of her fear to snack on while I listen to her. The fear isn't as intense as on the day of the emergency call, but still delicious. I try to think of how I can lead the conversation towards Kosuke's triggers while still appearing caring. When do you think he started to change? Was there an event that set him off? She scratches her mug as she sorts through her memories. I think it started with small things. One time he was angry that I asked someone else for advice instead of him, but he was sick at the time. I just wanted him to rest. Even when I told him that, he continued to be angry and less responsive for 3 days. Maybe he felt threatened when he realized she didn't need him as much as he thought. It would make sense for someone with such an intense fear of abandonment as him. And then it felt like I had to ask for permission for everything. Even when I wanted to go on a day trip with friends. A day trip with female friends of all things. I just felt stupid that I had to walk on eggshells all the time. At first, I just wanted it to be peaceful between us. Only when my friends asked me how I'd been the last 2 months did I realize there was something wrong. In the past, I met them regularly for a coffee or called them if I didn't have time. But I hadn't done that for a while. And then it just escalated. That's horrific as well. Because she's even still over-justifying things in her own mind, even though she's now out of that abusive situation and told him to fuck off. Like, she's immediately sitting there like, well, it wasn't even with men. It's not like I was sneaking off with other men. It was just with female friends. It's like, you can have male friends. If your partner is jealous of you having friends of the different sex, like, they don't trust you. Like, there is zero trust there if they can't just trust you to go off and, like, have fun with other people. And where does that leave bisexual people or homosexual people? Like, you're allowed to have other friends and still love somebody else. You can have a life outside of your partner. But yeah, the fact that she's going out of her way to be like, and they were girls. Like, it wasn't like I was going to sleep with them. But yeah. It's not enough. It's not enough when he wants to control you 100%. It will start with the opposite sex because they can control you that way and be like, I'm just scared you're going to cheat on me. I've had it done before, and surely you wouldn't want to, like, break my heart like that, so just make it easier for me. And then when it gets easy to do that and you just accept it, it slides further and further and further for, like, why do you need to be with other people? Am I not enough for you? Like, just spend the day with me instead. Like, you can hang out with them anytime, but it's me, your partner. You're supposed to love me. You're not abandoning me, are you? Like, yeah, it gets worse and worse and worse the more you let it go on. You need to have firm boundaries. And you need to have a good support system. That's what they're trying to do, is take you away from your support system, who, as you can see, like, as soon as she spent time with her friends, she realized, like, it's been 2 months. I don't have friends anymore. He's consumed my whole life, and I let him do that. And suddenly realizing, like, oh, this is toxic. Oh, God. I lowered my voice. To the point of hurting yourself? She bites her lip and nods. I try to maintain a worried expression, but it's a little difficult when I feel so elated from eating her fear. How is it now between you two? I actually broke up with him. I only had the courage while I was in the hospital. I always had my finger on the call button for the nurse, just in case. That's amazing, Miss Shiraishi. How did he take it? I was surprised he didn't message me as much. He just sent me a few messages to say that I should send someone over to get my things. It feels like he's busy with something else, or his pride is hurt. I don't know. I fully expected he would give me hell. Oh God. Maybe this is more toxic than I thought. Like, he hasn't been messaging her. Ugh. Please don't tell me she's starting to miss him. Like, oh, that would be so fucked up. And that does happen in abusive relationships. You get attached. You feel like, oh, can he really just move on that easily? I liked being pursued. I liked the attention. Maybe I can put up with some of his more, like, obsessive and toxic traits. Like, it might be worth it to feel love, because I hate it when I feel lonely. Oh, this is horrific. Maybe I'm distracting him from thinking about her. Good sign for me. Have you told your friends about this? It would be really funny if this girl ends up falling in love with Hinata too, though. If Hinata's like trying to, you know, eat some suffering, eat some pain, and cause, you know, a murderer to form around him, and then he ends up accidentally getting into a throuple. Like two people, one obsessed and one just desperate for something healthy, are both then falling in love with him. That would be so funny. That's the opposite of what the demon wants. Hello, Zanny. Hello, Netherlings. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to warn you real quick about what this game is about. Zanny, I do think you will love this one, so I'm only going to give, like, the very quick synopsis. I'm going to warn anyone who wants to head out because it's, like, too dark or too mature. But also, yeah, I feel like, Zanny, you're going to love this. So I'm just going to do the, like, very light synopsis for anyone who wants to stick around. And I think you'd really enjoy this. And voice acting this has been so much fun already. So this is called Fearbonding. It's a very short visual novel that's only about, like, 1 to 2 hours long. I was going to play this tomorrow before my stream with Zanny. But it's about a demon who feeds off of fear. And his favorite thing is to, like, find fucked up people that are in horrible, abusive situations and feed off of that. And what he's found is this woman, Shiraishi, who has a toxic boyfriend named Kosuke. And Kosuke is obsessive, yandere, stalker vibes, really manipulative, and is constantly like, such a good boy, and it's just because I love you so much, and you won't leave me, will you? Like a heavy fear of abandonment. So this demon Hinata has, like, inserted himself and is trying to, like, get Kosuke to be his obedient little dog so he can feed off of both of their fear. So it's very dark. We are dealing with, like, a very dark, abusive relationship that this woman is trying to escape, as well as, like, a yandere, and the demon is trying to make the yandere fall in love with him so that he can use him to create more fear. And yeah, very, very dark, mature themes. Demon X Yandere BL visual novel. It's been great so far. It's also been very horrific if you imagined it as like a real situation, because a lot of it hits very close to home for anybody who's dealt with like abusive situations. Also, Kibi, thank you so much for donating 20 scholarships. Also, you got one yourself. We finally had it happen. You gifted a scholarship to yourself. Welcome to everybody who's new to the scholarship. I hope you like some of the gifts that we have in the membership tag. And there's going to be more in like a week or so, roughly. The new update will come out in a week. But thank you guys so much. So yeah, we're going to dive back into this. If it sounds too dark for you, or you're triggered by like any kind of like abusive relationship kind of thing, feel free to head out. Or like yanderes. And I'm pretty sure it's going to have some really dark endings involving like violence, gore. And hopefully we'll get our demon and yandere together. Toxic as they are, it should be fun. Have you told your friends about this? It's hard. While I was going out with him, some of them said that he felt off. Others said he was very nice. I just can't bring myself to tell them the full extent of how he hurt me. Oh, and that's really sad as well. Yeah, I think we had a short training course on the job about domestic violence. What did they say we should do? Yo, oh, that's disgusting as well. He's using training about helping victims of domestic violence to instead manipulate her to get more information and make her tell him more so that he can use it against Kosuke. Damn, he's so evil. Yes, he is. This is fucking fantastic. This fucker. I know, right? But yeah, that is a horrific thing as well that a lot of abuse victims go through, where it's not just like a case of like, I can't tell them because I'm scared, but then also I can't tell them because I'm ashamed. And meanwhile, if they actually told them, it would be like, you don't need to be ashamed for that. That guy is a fucking monster. I'm so glad you're free from that. And in the future, I will like be very much more clear of like, that guy gives me the creeps, stay the fuck away from him. Well, he is a demon. Yeah, at least this guy admits he's a demon. Don't beat yourself up. This isn't your fault. Her face crumples into tears. She silently cries as she takes the tissue I offer, her body shaking from her sobs. I think with that I've earned her trust. I wonder how he fell for her. It doesn't look like I can ask her about that. For now at least, I understand that he's jealous, possessive, and dislikes anything that could imply that he's replaceable. I can work with that info. I wait for her to calm down, entertain her with a little small talk as we finish our drinks and say goodbye. Oh, this guy's so evil. He's so good. This is the type of bad guy I like. This is very much like Hannibal Lecter, like, oh, I know psychology. I know how to make you attached to me. I know how to make you trust me. I know how to make you let your guard down. Tell me everything about you so I can use it against you. And then get you on my table. I love this game already. I know. Back at home, I mull over the things Miss Shiraishi said. While it's useful info, with Kosuke ignoring my flirtation attempts, this could take a while. This is so annoying. I miss you. When will you finally be mine? Stop giving me the cold shoulder. I groan and almost throw my phone at the wall. I need to go outside and freshen up. Oh yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, the demon also has a stalker who he's never met before, just keeps sending him text. He thinks it's an obsessive fan because he also plays in a jazz band, the guitar. So he thinks it's just someone who showed up to his show. But like my and some of the other people's thoughts in chat is maybe it was Kosuke, and Kosuke arranged this whole thing to meet the demon because like he's already been obsessed with the demon. So double Yandere goodness. I stare at the people walking by, sporting neutral, tired or happy faces as they walk with friends or family. I grind my teeth at them all till I spot a little boy staring at a big dog, waiting patiently before him. The boy's parents try to encourage their son to pet it, but I can see his fear, teeth and vicious eyes surrounding him. I'll probably never see this kid again, so I decide to tease him by using one of my abilities, making someone do the one thing they fear or approach the thing that they're scared of. I point my hand at him, and my vision briefly shifts as a faint ring of gold encircles my pupils. The boy panics as his body moves on its own, approaching the dog. He screams while he pets it, and the parents and the dog owner hurriedly separate them. I laugh as I see the boy cry and the dog bark. Ah, that was a wonderful stress reliever. I walk slowly by them to eat some of his fear. I can use this ability only once per person, so I usually avoid resorting to it. But today, I needed that. God, what a cruel fucker. Just torturing children for fun. Just walking by like, oh, you're scared of dogs. Pet the dog, child. Jesus. What a cool power too, though. Honestly, that is very useful for a demon, especially a demon who feeds on fear, but man, that's definitely going to come into play later. Poor kid. The kid is mentally scarred now. Yeah, that's the worst thing. And that was horrible for the dog owners and the dog himself as well. Dogs do not understand that kind of shit. If you're scared of a dog, they will chase you because it's their natural instinct. If you come near a dog and then scream at it, scares the dog. The dog may lash out and bite at the human just to keep it away from them. Like, that's a scary noise. Go away from me. That could have like ended up like with the dog biting the child and the dog having to be put down. Absolutely horrific shit could have gone on. Thankfully, they both managed to do okay. Well-trained dog, and like they got separated, but yeah, that could have gone so poorly. During the last few weeks, I was able to change Kosuke's mind about me by making myself seem dedicated and accepting of his flaws. He's now open to my flirting, and we've even gone on a few dates. I wonder when I can finally recap my harvest. So you should always walk calmly past a pack of stray dogs if you come across them? Yeah. If you show fear, they smell it. And if you run, they think they should chase you. Today at work, we were called to a house outside the city center. An elderly woman fell and couldn't stand up on her own. Her neighbor was visiting her and called us. Now we're transporting her to a hospital, suspecting that she might have slipped a disc. As I fill out the form, I notice her last name is the same as Kosuke's. Arima. Oh, what a sweet-looking old lady. I take a closer look at her facial features. Her eyes do seem to be similar to his. Just maybe. I should distract her from the pain with some questions anyway. How are you feeling, Miss Arima? Oh, it does hurt, but I can manage until we arrive, young man. We will do our best. You have a nice voice. Could you keep talking? It's quite calming. I can, if that will help. When I heard your last name, I was actually reminded of someone I know. Is that so? I haven't met many others who carry the name Arima apart from relatives. Maybe you're actually related. His name is Kosuke Arima. Her eyes widen, and then she chuckles, which makes her wince in pain. Oh, I guess laughing isn't good right now. Maybe you met my grandson then. What a small world. I was right. I can't believe it. I might actually be able to get better info on him. Or maybe Kosuke set this up. Maybe Kosuke is making another excuse to get even closer to Hinata. Did he hurt his own goddamn grandma to make sure that he could visit her in hospital and they'd have an excuse to be at the same place? Ugh. He's a little taller than me, works as a psychologist, and has a dog named Daisy. Excuse me? Kosuke is a psychologist? Oh no. She smiles warmly at me. Could you tell me how he is lately? That boy hasn't called or visited much. He's doing well, Miss Arima. He cooks for me sometimes, and it's wonderful to spend time with him. Sounds like you're good friends. Actually, could you do me a favor? I can try, madam. You see, when I talk to my son, I mean Kosuke's father, he doesn't mention Kosuke much. I'm worried that they might be drifting apart. Her gaze softens. I love having Kosuke and his siblings over. They're my cute grandchildren after all. But I always feel like Kosuke was the clumsiest among them in communicating his needs. I can't always be there to be the bridge between them, so I'd feel much better if you could help him reach out to his parents. Every child needs their parents' support after all, even as an adult. I fake an understanding smile, but I have a hard time following her reasoning. I was born in the middle of a battlefield hundreds of years ago, only guided by instincts and an agonizing hunger for fear. My birth was probably closer to being manifested into existence. So I've never fully understood the bond between human parents and their children. I do logically understand that they care for their offspring to ensure their lineage survives, but all that emotional bonding is hard to follow. She's still looking at me. I guess she wants me to reassure her. I will see what I can do. Thank you, young man. After a while, we arrive at a hospital and safely transfer her to the hospital staff. Let's see how Kosuke responds to this news after I'm done with work for today. Sounds like Feli. Oh, Feli was born that way in this universe. I don't know if he was born that way into existence. But yeah, a demon. just coming into existence, not actually being born, so no parents to speak of. I also like the fact that he was born on a battlefield, so it is one of those, like, the energy of the world. There must have been, like, so much fear, so much suffering, that a demon came into existence because, yeah, there was so much maliciousness, it had to go somewhere. It became conscious. It formed a soul. Very cool. And now he's going around eating people's fear. Feli at least has empathy for children. Damn straight. Damn straight. It's late when I get back home. Kosuke's probably asleep, but I message him anyway. Nutty to find out that Kosuke has a doggo. True as well. That poor dog. And as sad as it is, I mean, that could actually be a helpful outlet for someone like that. Could be dangerous if they have, like, zero empathy, because poor puppy. But at least a dog does give you unconditional love as long as you just treat it right and treat it nice. Just, you know, you don't want somebody who's an abusive piece of shit having a cute little puppy that'll, you know, crave their affection and be completely reliant on their existence. Ugh. Hey, I just got home and thought of you. Also, I met someone you know. I put the phone on the table and get myself an after-work beer while I wait. The refreshing sound of the can opening and the foam rising as I pour it into the glass relaxes me. After a few sips, I get a message back. Hey, handsome. Someone I know? It was an elderly lady living outside the center of the city with the same last name as you. She's probably your grandma. Her full name is Honoka Arima. Oh, wow, that's her. How did you meet? Her neighbor called my work. Your grandma fell and couldn't move well, so she got a checkup in the hospital. She was in a little pain, but could speak well, so I don't think it's too serious. Wait, are you sure? This is a lot. She'll probably contact you or your parents soon. I told her I know someone with the same last name, and we started talking. She's actually a little worried about you. That's just how she usually is. I want to ask him about his relationship with his parents. How should I do this? Will he just change the subject? It's a bit of a risk, but since he likes dedicated people. Your grandma's worried that you and your parents aren't keeping in touch. Is everything all right? He doesn't reply as fast as before. I bite my nails. I hope that I haven't made a mistake in my approach. My parents are very matter-of-fact. Casual conversations aren't easy with them. That sounds complicated, I think. Act like a compassionate human, Hinata. Your grandma really wanted you guys to meet up again. If that's difficult for you, I don't mind accompanying you to meet your parents. I don't know. Oh, this is crazy. So, as we talked about in the beginning of this game, a lot of these kinds of obsessive tendencies and like fears of people ignoring them and like being unloved come from the parents, because your parents are supposed to be the first thing that sets up like an understanding of unconditional love and makes you feel safe and secure so that you don't fear like abandonment or being left alone, or you have your confidence to go out into the world and being an individual. And fucking Hinata has realized that immediately, seeing like, oh, he doesn't spend much time with his parents. Did he never get affection from them? Is he scared of them seeing the true him? Is he scared of like their rejection? He's immediately latched on to, oh, you have parent issues. That's going to be some delicious fear. Let me try to find a way to get you with your dad so I can see how much you squirm. I'm always there for you, Kosuke, and I'm pretty serious about us. So if you need support, you can count on me. There. This should sound like the dedicated and loyal person Kosuke wants. You really are a blessing, Hinata. I need to think about this, but please know that this means a lot. I'm really happy we met. Of course you are. I'll make a little fist pump into the air. A perfect outcome. Satisfied, I soon fall asleep. Kosuke's apartment. Kosuke calls me to his apartment on my next day off to talk to me in person about his parents. I think of a few encouraging and comforting words and even have a small tissue pack ready. I think that's all I need for this. I can't help but let my eyes wander to where Miss Shiraishi sat when we first met, with a bloody towel pressed against her neck as I tasted the most delicious fear I've ever eaten in my life. Kosuke guides me to the couch, and when we sit down, I lean onto him, pushing a strand of hair behind his ear as I hum, elated from the memory. Kosuke doesn't mind me touching him anymore. So, I'm here, and all is. Kosuke sighs and leans his forehead against mine. I think it's the first time I'm opening up about this. But you've always shown that you care about me, so I think it's fine if it's with you. He then takes my hand and nuzzles his cheek into it. I'm the middle child of 3. My older brother graduated from the highly regarded University of Tokyo, while I graduated from Kyoto University. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm not gonna lie, this is pushing a lot of my buttons as well. Middle child syndrome, let's fucking go. Older sibling, always had like the most responsibility, but got to do the most things, got like relaxed and left alone and seen as like the mature, confident one. Baby child, got all the baby attention, got all the love, got all the affection, like, oh, he's a little baby, we gotta look after them. And the middle child is just like, I'm here too. Doesn't anyone love me? Do I have to work for my affection? I'll get really good grades. I'll find something. Oh, my older brother's smarter than me. Oh, my younger brother's better in other ways. Am I nothing? Not the middle child syndrome. Well, now we know why he doesn't feel affection from his parents. He was always a step ahead. Well, I don't think I'm doing bad as a psychologist. It always felt lacking to my parents. Even if they don't fully say it, I can feel it. My younger sister may not have graduated from University of Tokyo, but she has a charm, and she's ensnared our parents' hearts as a social butterfly. Holy fuck. This is pretty much my family dynamic. All in all, I guess I felt like I didn't have a guaranteed place there compared to them. I think they also just might be a little afraid of me. Tell me, Hanada, do I seem intimidating? He slowly pushes me down, looking at me with cold eyes that feel like an entrance to an endless abyss. His fear morphs into spiky arms and hands, complete with growing claws. Even though they can't physically touch me, they still try to dig into my arms. Kosuke, don't I always say that I'm here for you? What does that tell you? I smile at him, ecstatic from slowly eating his fear. I guess I'm not. At least towards you. The problem is, what if Kosuke enjoys that fear? Kosuke keeps acting like his only fear is the fear of abandonment. But what if his fear... He has a fear of abandonment, but he also has a sadistic love for watching somebody squirm. He caresses my cheek as he smiles coldly. Could it be that you're turned on? Do you like it when I push you down? As if. I usually like being in control, but his fear, it's too much. I grab his face and pull him down to kiss me, even biting his lip. He chuckles, letting go and sitting up. Let's stop this for now. I wanted to tell you about my parents after all. I sit up as well and rest my chin on my hand. Yeah, that was hot. This is so fucking toxic, and I am so here for it. Freak for freak, yeah. And we're not even seeing the full extent of their freaks yet. Will they match each other's freak, or will one of them consume them in one way or the other? Who knows? This is fucking fantastic. Also, Tiny Potato Fox, sorry, just to warn you, you have done this twice now. We do have one rule on the channel to please only use 3 emojis at once. So no worries. I'm assuming you just haven't seen that before yet, but yeah, just 3 emojis if possible. I do think that I react a little differently to some things compared to others. Maybe my parents have a hard time understanding why I do certain things? People usually tell me a version of their story while leaving out details that seem too intimate to them or wouldn't be favorable to them. In Miss Shiraishi's case, it felt more like she was trying to avoid remembering the scariest moments. In Kosuke's case, either he truly doesn't understand what's too much for other people, or he doesn't want to scare me. But he did ask me if I find him intimidating. Isn't that a bit of a paradox? Yes. Yes, it is. It's like he wants to be intimidating. It's like he takes pleasure out of making people uncomfortable and scared and seeing their reactions to his fucked up obsession with them. And if he doesn't have that, he gets a little bored. He likes to tell himself, oh no, it's just love. It's just that I love you. It's just that I'm obsessed with you. I just want you to think about only me. But deep down, he's like, yeah, I know I make you scared. Being scared is part of the fun. I want to own you. I want to dominate you. Nothing else in your world. Fear me and love me. I am your creator and your undoing. Ah, God, this is good. We out here bawling sociopathy? Yeah, we are. And he's a psychologist. So he's studied all this shit. He knows exactly what he is. And he knows how to play it off as just, no, I'm just the damaged little soft boy. I'm the one who's been hurt. Please protect me. Make me feel safe. This is the first time I've tried so hard to understand a human. This is more difficult than I thought. Anyway, loyalty. That's what he... Oh, it's a test! I rest my head on his lap and smile. I'm me, Kosuke. I'm not your parents. I like being with you. His face crumples and he looks away, embarrassed and sad. His fear shrinks. That cut-in was so good. I loved that. That put you perfectly into Hinata's brain. Whoever made this game, I know this is made on Rempi, that was done so well. Like, that added such a good intensity of like, oh, what is he thinking? I want to understand. Oh, I get it now. It's a test. And then the immediate switch to, and now I answer that test correctly. His fear shrinks. I gently hold his hand. So you're ready to face them with me? He nods, pulls me up and hugs me tightly. I feel something wet on my shoulder. Is he crying? I pat his back and smile. I will gladly take over your heart, my little hunting dog. On the next day off, we visit his parents. They live in a house built in a Japanese style, complete with its own little garden. Outside, they have a car and some bicycles, probably from when Kosuke and his siblings were younger and still lived at home. Yo! His dad just looks slightly uncomfortable. His mother looks fucking terrified. Also, I love Kosuke just being a black blob from behind. What has he already done to these poor parents? Also, both are kind of hot. Like, I will say that. They could both get it. Welcome. I've brought some sweets as a polite gesture to his parents. I notice they exchange nervous looks when Kosuke approaches them. They soon act like they're happy to see him. Yo, they're nervous just when he approaches. And the fucking pained smile is they're both like, yeah, this is my son. Gotta pretend I love him and don't realize what I brought into this world. Papa has the same beauty mark. Oh, he does. You're right. Cute. Good notice. They continue to act polite and welcoming, but the tension doesn't quite leave. Just when I thought we would sit together to eat the sweets with tea, Kosuke turns to me. I'm going to have a longer talk with my parents and catch up with them. You can wait in my room. I lower my voice. I came all the way to your parents' home. There's no meaning if I leave you now. He gives me a genuine smile. It's all right. We just need to discuss some things. Left with no other choice, I follow him to his old room on the second floor. His room has wooden support beams on the walls and tatami mats on the floor. On them stands a single bed with a wooden frame on the left and a polished wooden study desk with high school math books in the right corner. Some open shelves stand near the door with little gadgets like an older handheld game console resting on them. Next to them are old game cartridges and manga volumes neatly organized. 2 sliding doors on one wall indicate a built-in closet. Maybe it's an old one in which you store a futon, or a newer one to hang clothes in. It's really sweet and also a little bit scary that they haven't changed his bedroom at all. They still have the high school math books. So they keep this place clean. He didn't describe any sense of like there being dust anywhere. His parents come in and clean this place, but they make sure it's left absolutely exactly the same as when he first left. Is that just because, oh, we love our boy so much? Or is that because if we touch anything or make anything even slightly out of place, our boy may hurt us? They're too scared to change anything? Yeah, because in a loving house, you'd be like, oh, they love him so much. They want him to be comfortable to come home whenever he feels like it. But maybe it's more like he has made them feel so like uptight and have to like do everything perfectly and show their love to him as much as they can, or he snaps and does scary things. Especially with those pain smiles. I also don't like how they like looked so uncomfortable and now he's like, I'm gonna go talk to them alone. Has he brought people home before and then the people have eventually gone missing? Like maybe this is like a pattern of things where he brings people home, the parents have to get like introduced to them, and ever since like he first brought someone home, occasionally his partners just go missing, just disappear. And that's why his parents are kind of like, we love our son. Nothing's been proven. He's conditioned their ways of loving him. Yeah, he's got them manipulated as well. Sit wherever you like. You can even read some manga if you want. I have the old classic Dash Dunk. I'll be right back. Slam dunk. Let's go. Now, what should I look at? Oh, this is probably what's going to choose our endings. We must be coming near the end. Plastic cage. Sure. What did you used to do with bugs? Manga. Wait for Kosuke slide doors. I'm gonna start with plastic cage. I'm even gonna save this twice. Plastic cage. Isn't this a cage for insect hunting? It's kind of hard to imagine Kosuke as an elementary school kid running around collecting beetles and such. I wonder what he liked about it. I bet he was one of the sick fucks who would like collect bugs and then like torture them. Bugs more like rodents. It always starts with bugs, and then it moves up to small animals, and then it moves up to actual people. Small animals, bigger animals, more pain, more understanding of the suffering they're going through, and then humans. Manga. It's the manga Dash Dunk Kosuke mentioned. The high school basketball matches are masterfully drawn. I never went to high school as I've looked like an adult since I was born and never saw the need for that. I gained my knowledge over the centuries by reading books, learning on the job, and watching humanity progress. Thinking back, it's perplexing to see how they've come so far. I refocus on the manga volume. I guess Kosuke did a lot of stuff typical high school boys do as well. This manga was, and still is, popular. Or he used the bugs and dissected them? Yeah. But you generally start with like different methods of torture. Like picking off the wings of a bug, like that's a pretty traditional thing that like a lot of kids do when they don't understand empathy. Like a lot of kids when they're when you're a kid, you do things like hold a magnifying glass up over ants or like rip the wings off of a fly, watch them scramble around and stuff. And then you get older and you have it explained to you like they have feelings too, like they hurt. That's fucked up. And then you do realize that and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Yuck. Whereas, yeah, people that don't understand empathy will do that shit. 2-hour reminder if relevant. No, we're good, Moon Kindred. The other stream, like, start time doesn't matter. We'll probably have a little conversation after this. That just means the other game has now officially come out. I have to download and install it anyway, so I'm going to do that while we talk at the end of this. But yeah, this could go on for as long as it takes. That's what I did with the ants, and now I feel so bad. Yeah, no, you don't have to feel bad. That's the thing. When you were young, you didn't fully understand things. Kids don't understand that the world doesn't just revolve around them for several years. So never feel bad about that kind of thing. It's part of the natural development. And as long as you have, like, learned empathy as you've grown, that's natural. That's what we do as humans. We grow, we mature, we become better at understanding these things. But yeah, a lot of people, that is how serial killers get started, where they start with torturing bugs, grabbing, like, different bugs and putting them together. Like, seeing, like, oh, what happens if we put, like, a spider and a centipede together? Which one kills the other one? Oh, and some people just have a fascination with that even as they get older. But yeah, then they move on to, like, bigger animals. Things that can feel more pain, things that can show their pain, things that have more developed brains, and then they move on to humans. Let's slide the doors and see what happens. There's his high school uniform and some neat, preppy-looking clothes. He must have liked looking clean-cut and neat even back then. Look closer. Oh, hell yeah. Let's find your secrets. And the music chair. Has he got souvenirs? Very important fact about serial killers as well. They like to relive their memories, which means they almost always have souvenirs of everyone they killed. And this looks like a very special lunchbox. How many children did you hurt while you were a child, Kosuke? How many mementos do you have of your fun times? What's this? Trophies. Thank you. That's the proper term. Trophies. When I look inside, oh, fuck yeah. Dead bird head. Tamagotchi. Virtual thing he could have hurt. Don't know what the pen and the other thing are related to yet, but that is literally a bird's head. So probably like first virtual pet. I liked hearing it suffer and scream. First real pet. It was fun when it died and watching it decompose was so interesting. And then whatever the fuck these are relevant to. Is that a nail? Oh God, is that a fingernail? It could even be the top of a finger. Oh no. When I look inside, I tense up. There's a small animal skull, slightly covered by a small piece of fabric like it was put to bed. Next to it are colorful pens, an old Tamagotchi, and other small things a child or teenager would treasure. But they seem all over the place as if they were from multiple children with various preferences, because they're not his. They are trophies, mementos of things that he did, times that he enjoyed himself, of the suffering of others. Wait, is that a cleanly ripped out fingernail? What are you doing there? Before I can turn around, I feel Kosuke's hand digging into my shoulder. It's rude to dig into something hidden inside someone's home, don't you think? Kosuke, why did you have to look at my old treasure? I thought you were the one. He's ready to tear me to pieces if I don't say something convincing soon. I don't know what he'll do to me. But his hands are already on my neck. I desperately try to scream, but only a few words come out. Me. Oh, don't worry. If I tell my parents you collapsed, they'll just let me leave with you. They're too scared to really ask. As more choking sounds escape me, I can barely register his sniffles and mumbles. Why did you have to look? Hinata? My vision turns dark. In the end, I was the one who got devoured. Ending. Uncovered treasure. Shit! That was nice and simple. I expected more torture before we got murdered. Oh my god. You got the bad ending? Hell yeah. And I was specifically looking for the bad ending, so that's perfect. So we looked at the cage. Whoops. Let's just skip through these again real quick. And this time we just won't look intensely once we slide open the doors. Don't look closer. That's it. Damn, Hinata needs more strength. I know. Demon that plays on fear and he got choked out by this dude. Also, I'm glad we're spot on about the parents. As disgusting as it is, there are a lot of parents like that. Where it's just like, oh, the other boy just fell asleep. Right. It's fine. My little boy wouldn't hurt anybody, so yeah, he's just taking them home. And then they see the missing posters go up a week later and they're like, oh, my child wouldn't do that. Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Oh, pure little innocent boy. It's fine. It's fine. Let's wait for Kosuke. My first time here, Cú. Lovely to have you, BTS Bubble. Settle in. This is a very dark game, so if you don't like abuse and horror, feel free to head out. They probably know and are scared and look away. Yeah. And that makes them part of the fucking problem. They let him get away with it. They probably know how many, like, children have gone missing around him and other things. Kosuke comes back to the room, looking defeated. He tries to smile at me. Let's go. My mom cooked dinner. Oh, I thought we would just be here for a quick snack and tea. I insisted I stay here longer, so she just started cooking without listening. Sorry about that. Oh, that's fine. Don't worry. That's some fast cooking, though. She probably didn't want me to run off, so she cooked some simple pasta. Or she had the whole meal prepared because she knew you were dropping by and she was scared. She wanted everything to be perfect, just in case. I think he insisted. Yeah, no, I think he insisted. I think these two would be much happier if he got the fuck out of their house. They're just like, out of my house, not my problem. Why the fuck does he have one of his victims here? I thought we were free of this shit. I follow him silently to the dining table, thank his mother for the dinner and start to eat. Even now they all seem tense. Kosuke's father clears his throat. So, are you colleagues from work? I pause, and before I can even answer, Kosuke jumps in. He's a medical professional, I got to know. You met at a work conference then? Something like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I was your boyfriend by this point. Are you ashamed of me? Are you not out to your parents yet? I didn't come here to be paraded around as just a medical professional. How fucking dare? Wow. Kosuke lies without even blinking an eye. Well, in all fairness, it isn't a complete lie. But this behavior makes his relationships with his parents even stranger. Speaking of the medical field, are you still working as a psychologist? Yes. And you make money by listening to people? These are evidence-based treatments, Father. Yes, right. What do you do exactly, Mr. Kushimoto? I'm a paramedic. Oh, always right at the scene. Our oldest son is a doctor in a hospital, so we get to hear how particularly stressful emergency cases can be. Kosuke, on the other hand, doesn't tell us much. It's confidential, you know that. You can be vague about your work, no? Kosuke is looking down at the table, clenching his fists and jaw. His mother speaks up. How about we talk about something other than work? How's Daisy, Kosuke? He immediately brightens up. She's great. Lively and loyal like the golden retriever she is. I'm surprised you're able to take care of an animal now. We aren't there to clean up your messes anymore, you know. Kosuke's fear of abandonment appears. The arms are not only spiky, but also visibly glitching. Today they seem almost afraid to reach outward. While it makes for a fine snack, I need to concentrate and play my cards carefully to fully gain Kosuke's trust. Oh no? Yeah, of course. Dad is basically saying, like, oh, you could actually take care of an animal now? It was strange how every time we got you a pet before and you always desperately wanted pets, they would turn up dead or go missing. I'd had to bury some of them and I was sure there were lacerations, interesting other injuries, bruises. Dad has a death wish? Yeah, Dad is prodding. Dad has not learned to be quiet like Mom has. Oh dear God. I suspected Kosuke's relationship with his parents was bad, and I did come here to stand by Kosuke and earn his trust. But this is a lot to navigate. I can't stand my dog being intimidated by this weird old guy, but I don't know what I'm supposed to say in such an argument between humans. Let me just save this. Let's see, what's going to be the bad ending? Let them talk or nah? Intersect and mention the grandmother's worry. Let's put ourselves in this more. Let's be more assertive, because Kosuke does not like us being assertive, so let's see how terrible this goes. Oh, and the tilt is so good. They've been constantly tilting throughout this to show how, like, uncomfortable this conversation is. The worst thing is, if we didn't know what type of person Kosuke was, this would feel like the type of conversation where it was just like, oh, well, you know, my eldest son is a proper doctor. He tells me about what he does. It's very fascinating. He went to Todai, don't you know? Like, it could just be like a toxic family relationship where the parents just prefer about the older sibling, but we know things, and so it is fucked up. Excuse me, Mr. Arima. What is it? I met Kosuke's grandmother on one of my shifts. My team brought her safely to a hospital. So you were with her then? She only recently informed us of her fall. Is she really all right? Yes, well, it wasn't a bad case. She was still in pain. Even then, she was still worried about her grandson's Kosuke. Oh, the father's instant reaction. Why is it that a more distant relative is more caring towards Kosuke than his own father? You've done nothing but criticize him so far. Kosuke looks at me with widened eyes, at first in surprise, but then in thanks. Excuse me? You don't know what we had to deal with raising him. We're his parents, so we have to guide him. I don't think I was out of line to do so. I guess Kosuke showed irregular behavior even when he was younger. But that's exactly what I want, so screw this guy. He's an adult, sir. Taking care of himself with a respectable job as well. I don't know what else you expect from him. Do what you want. You'll come to regret it. Let's go, Kosuke. Kosuke presses his lips together as he looks at me with admiration and gratitude. Once we're outside, it's an empty alleyway. He hugs me. Thank you. Really? I sigh and hug him back, even patting him in reassurance. The only one who gets to talk shit about you, Kosuke, is me. Ever since meeting Kosuke's parents, we've been closer than ever. Kosuke fully trusts me now and showers me with affection. I need to manage my mood much more because of it. Damn it. See? I'm not a good enough psychologist. I wanted the bad ending. I think we just avoided another bad ending. So we'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one. Technically, I don't think there's going to be a good ending, but I wanted a shorter ending, I guess I should say. It's become a norm for my current life to receive multiple calls and messages per day from him, and he regularly brings a flower bouquet and other gifts to our dates. Aw, he's so cute and attentive. I wish I had a partner. No, fuck me. Jesus Christ, Kosuke's terrifying. I have no choice but to let his gifts and personal items accumulate in my apartment. It's already small, but he's taking up more and more space in it. Is this normal for human lovers? Or is this already going too far even for them? He's invading. Whenever that thought crosses my mind, I get in a foul mood. I then look for an opportunity to make him jealous. I talk about imaginary people I spend time with just so I can see and taste his fear of abandonment. Wow. Ugh, disgusting. So he's going out of his way to make Kosuke triggered, to make him more toxic, to make him feel worse and lash out. And again, even without the demon part, there are toxic codependent relationships like this that exist where it's like, oh, this guy's a freak, but they love me. I want to keep making them a freak. I like the jealousy. I like the attention. It makes me feel secure even if it's fucking dangerous and bad for everybody. In return, I get scratches and bite marks from him born from his intense jealousy. It's such an annoying balance we have between us. When can I finally let him loose? Just how do I do this without him losing trust in me? I sigh and prepare to go out. Today we have another date. I tiredly walk with Kosuke around the shopping mall. He's as excited and happy as ever. On the first few dates, he had a cute expression, but nowadays it looks unstable and overly euphoric. Look, Hinata, isn't that cat plushie like you? He points at a round plushie inside a claw machine. Does he want me to go inside an arcade? I guess. Now he's sulking. What does he want from me? I'm getting bored of this. Just then, an intense wave of fear envelops me. My heart pounds as my whole body is electrified with need. I eagerly search for the source. Among the crowd, a man and a woman grab my attention. The man is terrified, his fear shaping into legs and arms, trying desperately to run away. Next to them is a middle-aged woman. The fear sends shivers down my spine as I taste it. But I shouldn't let her notice me. I found her once before when she was about to murder someone, and I sensed the fear of a victim. I barely escaped her notice back then, too. Holy shit. Okay, I have a lot to talk about in this fucking game. Oh my god. So I don't know the proper terminology for anything, but I know that what is going on right now is we have somebody who has like an anxious attachment style, who is like, you know, really wants just like pure unadulterated love and nothing else. And meanwhile, we have Hinata, who is a demon, who basically is like, he doesn't actually feel any a connection. He doesn't feel any of this love for Kosuke. He's just using it against him. But now that he actually has it, now that he has what he wants from it, he's getting bored. And so he's starting to look elsewhere. Everything's becoming samey. And so he's pushing away even further. It's a very toxic dynamic that forms a lot in real life. Because you have one person who's desperate for affection, desperately needs something. And the other one who wants to manipulate that, wants to use that, but can then, you know, they fuck with each other in the exact worst way. One of them is constantly prodding the other one's like need for affection and need for security. And the other one is, you know, thriving off of it. Like they're both fucking horrible and they're even worse for each other. And yeah, now he's been distracted by somebody else and he may have pushed Kosuke a bit too far. The codependency final boss. Oh yeah. What are you looking at? Kosuke's jealousy and fear makes me take a step back. You're not even concentrating on our date. Lately you seem more checked out too. What am I to you? Now on top of that, you dare to look at someone else? He grabs my arm tightly and whispers into my ear. You can't do this to me, Hinata. I need to hurry and calm him down. This is the angriest I've ever seen him. I was too late. Kosuke tightens his grip and pulls me into his car nearby. Soon we're back at his place. I hope this just ends with more bite marks. He pushes me down onto the sofa, kisses and bites my neck like an enraged beast. Then he looks more tenderly at me as he gently caresses my cheek. But just when I think he's calmed down, he pulls me into a room that I've never seen before. I see a huge dog cage. A shiver runs down my spine as I try to flee, but he's already shoved me in it, chaining one of my wrists in the cage. Please, Kosuke, calm down. Isn't this chain overkill? He gives me a terrifying smile, gentle but cold. I dreamed of this moment, Hinata. I thought to myself so many times, I shouldn't do this. But there you go, being distracted and looking at other people. And your hand. You'll soon know why I did this. He leaves the room for a moment and then comes back with a sewing kit. Oh no. Is he gonna slice my tendons in a way that makes me so I can't move without him. I can only crawl around like a dog. Oh my god. It's kind of hot. I see the red flags. I see where this is going, and I am hoping for even worse. What is that? He continues to smile and binds a towel around my head, basically gagging me with it. Then he takes out a sharp knife and starts to cut into the ring finger on my left hand. Oh, God. I scream from the searing pain as blood soaks our hands. After a while, Kosuke is finished with my torture. He's cut out a long strip of skin around my finger as if to leave a trace of a ring on it. He carefully stops the bleeding, stitches up what he can, wipes away the blood and disinfects it. You can even see the skin actually peeling off. Oh my god. I'll make a leather ring out of it, so I can always carry you with me, even if I have to leave this apartment. You're forever mine, Hinata. Ending. A ring for me. So killing stalking coded. The art style is even similar. Thank you for donating the allowance, Apolef. That was a fun one. That wasn't as far as I expected. Congrats on your marriage. Yeah. I like that this game knows where to stop as well. It stops at a point where it's like, oh no. At the same time, I imagined so much worse. When he put us in the cage and like chained us down, I was thinking, okay, I know serial killers. He's going to cut our tendons so that we can't like grab things. And then he's going to cut our like Achilles tendons so that we can't put weight on our ankles, so that we have to crawl around on essentially our elbows and knees to get around. He's going to turn us literally into our dog. He's going to make us Daisy. But yeah, instead, I don't know where that's going to lead. Apparently, we're not leaving that apartment anymore because we're his dog. He specifically said, I can take a piece of you with me even when I have to leave. But yeah, he flayed a wedding ring shape off of our wedding ring finger, and then he's going to make it a ring. Sensei's imaginations are wild. Yeah, this is why I don't share the things that I write, guys. This game knows where to stop and be like, oh, that was kind of dark, without being like, oh, is this safe to read? Wow. Let's go see the shorter bad ending now. We're going to see every ending before this day is out. I hope you guys are ready for this. Hey, this is just a happy ending to me. It's a fictional setting, so you know what? Still kind of hot. And now we can write our own fan fiction and do our own fan dojins and imagine how much more further it goes with the sadistic torture every time he comes back to that cage. How's he going to feed him? In a dog bowl? Is he going to put a collar on him? Okay. How much does he have to beg to get fed? How much love and affection does he have to give to get the basic human necessities? Yeah, I love this kind of toxic shit. Okay, let's let them talk this time, and let's see if Kosuke just snaps and murders his daddy. The sewing kit threw me. I thought he was going to do far, far more. Yeah, exactly. Somebody was suggesting, like, is he going to sew our eyes shut? I could see that as well for, like, now you'll never look at anyone else. Let's let them talk. His father's gaze turns towards me. Maybe it's my responsibility to tell you. You know, Kosuke always had a fascination with what other children his age treasured. But he would go too far. No matter what he said, he would take. Enough! Kosuke's shout pierces my ears. A few seconds pass before his mother ends the silence. Maybe today isn't a good day. I agree. Let's go. Kosuke rushes outside and I run after him. I soon catch him in the shadow of a tree. Also, that's fucked up. That's also how Voldemort started. That's how Tom Marvolo Riddle started. I think the idea of the psychology behind that one is that children, sometimes the ones that, you know, don't feel things properly are the ones that, like, they want what other people have just because they want to hurt other people, and also because they don't feel that joy. As much as they don't, like, feel horrible feelings of, like, the suffering of other things sometimes, there's also a case of, like, oh, they look so happy when they have those things. Why does that make them happy? Nothing makes me that happy. They're so stupid. I'm going to take it for myself. Yeah, that kind of thing. Kosuke, come on. Look at me. He doesn't. He looks to the ground, refusing to meet my eye. The tears, too. This is beautiful artwork. I'm sorry, Kosuke. I thought I could do better. No, it's not your fault. Just... I need some time at home to calm down. I reluctantly let him go. After weeks with no reply from Kosuke to my messages and calls, I see that was a huge mistake. I even asked my colleagues how I should go about trying to meet someone who doesn't reply to my messages. They only told me that there's not much that I can do. Shit. Fucking damn it! During one restless night, I wandered by Kosuke's apartment. Just where did I go wrong? Should I have been more accepting? More sympathetic? Is this the big difference between me and his ex? That she's a human who can actually understand his emotions better? I kick a pebble out of frustrations and regret letting this golden opportunity go. Now, my only company is the constant little hunger in my long, long life. Ending. Disconnect. That's actually the healthiest one. Holy shit, wait, that was the good ending. That was the, that's the healthy ending for a healthy person who gets wrapped up in someone like Kosuke, just realizing, I can't deal with this. Like, I need to be away. Like, and for all we know, Kosuke killed himself. Like, he was so sad there. He was so broken. Maybe everything finally actually hit him and he was just like, I just don't want to live anymore. I just want it to end. Anyway, let's go find more pain. Let's try to calm him down this time and see how much worse it gets. Is there going to be a happy ending? Unsatisfying, though. Unsatisfying, but, you know, good for them. Good for Hinata, at least. Not even super good for Hinata because he is a demon. He's never going to be satisfied. He's still, like, hungry. But at the same time, all the other endings end with him in horrific situations. Ugh. Anyway, let's keep going. Kosuke's jealousy and fear makes me take a step back. You're not even concentrating on our date. Clearly you seem more checked out too. What am I to you? And now on top of that you dare to look to someone else? He grabs my arm tightly and whispers into my ear. You can't do this to me, Hinata. I need to hurry and calm him down. This is the angriest I've ever seen him. Calm him down. Kosuke, look at me. I ignore who might stare at us and put my hands on his cheeks. I'm sorry that I made you insecure. I'm just not feeling well. But I still wanted to spend time with you. Maybe it would have been better if I had rested at home. He pouts and shakes his head slowly. So, you forced yourself despite not feeling good. Yeah, I did. I know how you feel when we can't see each other, but I didn't know it would affect you like this. Can you forgive me? I'm surprised at how convincing and empathetic I sound right now. Spending so much time with Kosuke must have forced me to learn one or two things about this relationship thing. I'm sorry too. I was just unsure if you still felt the same way about me. This goddamn idiot. I'm letting you take up space in my apartment and spend so much time with you. You're an insatiable dog. Let's go and get something sweet, alright? He nods and follows. My struggles had better be worth it one day, Kosuke. Damn, it just keeps going. Secret Life of Anna, thank you so much for the 5 gifted scholarships. I hope you're having a lovely day. This is amazingly toxic. Yeah. Congrats, you learned emotional manipulation. I know, that's the worst thing. You know what would be a fascinating ending? An actual true good ending? If Hinata actually learns full empathy from Kosuke, if just by trying to get him to be scared and hungry, trying to make him devoted and like become like a murderer, a pet for him, he realizes, wait, Do I actually care for him? Do I not want to hurt him? I have a theory about Hinata. He might be the parasite type of demon, the one who feeds on others and completely depends on others for survival. Yeah. I also... I would find it very fascinating if it turns out Hinata isn't actually a demon. Like, this would be a very big twist in this, so I don't think they're going to do it. But what if he's just convinced himself he's a demon? What if he's had a similar, like, childhood to Kosuke, where he realized he was different and everybody treated him fucked up, and he's, like, blocked out everything that, like, made him feel fucked up. He's blocked out that he once had a family, parents that shunned him, things that he did that he realized were wrong, but he felt like he had urges, and he's just convinced himself, no, I'm not a bad human. I'm just a demon. You don't understand. I'm centuries old. I exist only to feed off of the fear of others. This is why I'm here. It's not that I just want to do... I'm a bad human. I'm just a really good demon. That would be sick. I don't think that's the way that's going to go. But there are people in the world that exist like Hinata. There are people who convince themselves that they're more evil than they are just so they don't feel the bad things that they do because they have urges and they don't know how to control them. They haven't learned ways to sate them. And yeah, actually be healthy and manage things. So, not as far as Hinata, but it would be interesting if you managed to turn it around. The long-awaited jazz festival is tomorrow. These past few days, my band and I have practiced intensely to nail the performance. And today we woke up early to do a sound check, get our program pamphlet, and get our last question answered by the staff. I just realized, yeah, he pretends that he doesn't have any feelings whatsoever, but at the same time, he gets, like, scared when people get too pushy. He escapes into music. He has hobbies. He has things that he genuinely enjoys. It's just his main one is the suffering of others and fear. We're going to meet the stalker? That could be too. I take a sip of water after we finish our sound check. My phone vibrates. It's Kosuke. Did everything go well? Do you still have some things to do? Sound check went well. Still have to do some things. We'll perform at 4 p.m. tomorrow, right next to the Route 237 cafe. I send him a photo and the address. I know where that is. Makes it easier for me. Should I come a little earlier? Sure, we can hang out near a bandmate's car there. We'll be parking right behind the venue. Alright, rest well. And don't worry, I know you'll blow their minds tomorrow. I grin with pride. It's actually great to have someone support me like this. Fuck, Kosuke is really manipulating him. That's the thing! The demon is becoming so human. He's straight up like, oh, I always said I hated people getting close, getting beneath my surface level. But this actually feels nice. Oh no, he's catching feelings. Yeah, he's becoming more human. I'm gonna have a lot to talk about this when we're done, but man, this is good. Would I be able to do this for him though? Why does stuff like this come easy to him? Is it because he's a human? I try to push this confusion out of my mind and focus back on the preparation. Today is the day. After getting everything ready, we still have time before our performance. My band and I decide to go around drinking beer and watching other bands play. A lot of older people are performing. They're not bad, but it's clearly just a hobby to them. They likely only found the time for it near or during their retirement. There was also a high school band and a band of university students. I have to give props to the university students. They were really good and full of energy. This might be their final performance before they all go looking for jobs. Oh no, they're passing down the mantle. It's the final year for the senpai. The senpai are leaving. Senpai, are you watching me? I'm still playing music just like we always wanted to. The senpai is working as a management accountant, just surviving, getting through the day-to-day. Not dead. Just moved on. My eyes wander to my bandmates. When will we be able to play? I scratch my head, chuck my empty paper cup, and walk back to our car. There I find Kosuke. Hinata! He smiles at me, and before he can hug me, I stop him. Easy there. Later in private, alright? I know he would hug me too tightly like usual if I let him. Not something I want to show the world here. I know. Are you ready? I nod and put my arm around him like I would a friend. Wait, they're finding boundaries. Is this going to turn into a healthy relationship where they're just super kinky and fucked up in the bedroom? And outside, they're just like supportive and relaxed and loving? Did the demon and the Yandere tame each other? Ready as ever. Oh, wait. Ready as ever. What are your fans like? Will they come today as well? We announced it on our Sinstagram. So yeah, Sinstagram would be way better than Instagram. Are they more into your music or your looks? Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Here's the jealous tendencies. Why do you have to perform for all those people? You should only care about my attention. Don't ever go out of my house. Maybe a mix. I grin as I see a tiny blob of fear of abandonment surrounding him, directing its arms at me. Jealous? He sighs. I know you like performing, but yeah. I lower my voice and whisper into his ear. Endure it well, and I'll reward you later, alright? He looks at me with widened eyes, but he can't help but smile. This has gotten much easier after all our dates. Enduring his showers of affection, calls and texts was worth it. Now he listens to me well, and he doesn't really doubt me, but everyone else around me. As long as he shows me what he's doing to them, I gladly let him loose. Oh, no, okay. Okay, it's not healthy. My bad. My bad. It's exactly what the demon wanted. The demon has tamed the Yandere. Yeah, sorry, Strawberry Martini. We jumped ahead of the book a little bit. There were things going on in the background. No healthy relationship in my toxic cow. Suddenly, I hear my bandmates calling. When I go to check on my phone for the time, I notice it's not in my pocket. I groan and tap Kosuke's shoulder. Did Kosuke steal his phone as well? To check his text messages? Could you do me a... Okay, no, okay. I thought he stole it. It was like, no, only me. Only pay attention to me. Could you do me a favor? I left my phone in my car. It's parked a little further away right by the sober place we went to before. Could you go get it after our first 2 songs? I need to take and post pics with it right after the performance. We play the first 2 songs the best anyway. He looks at me like a sad dog. Oh, this is tragic. I'm actually feeling bad for Kosuke. He's being used like a pet now. He's just like, yeah, come to my performance and go grab my phone for me. Yeah, you don't have to hear the end of my song, my performance, the thing that I love this much. I don't care about you. Just go grab my phone so I can keep performing and take more photos. And he's going to see the stalker's messages. Oh shit, he is too. Oh no. He looks at me like a sad dog. But I don't want to miss the rest. I know. Oh, this is tragic. Please? He sighs and agrees. I hand him my car keys and step in front of the mic. I tune my e-guitar one last time. Then I greet the audience and they clap and shout back. I think this is the first CG other than the introductory one where we've actually seen Hinata. Hinata is sexy as fuck. Look at this man. Oh no, okay, it's not chest hair. For a second I thought he had chest hair. It's just really good defined chest. The face? Yeah, no, he's in his element. He's got like fox features. He's sexy as fuck. White hair? Let's go. This is a Yandere focus sensei. I know, but I saw a world where there was a happy ending and it's not happening. They need therapy. They don't need toxic codependency. They need therapy. As our singer takes over, we get into the flow, lose ourselves in the music and enjoy the attention. The sun shines and warms my body. Beer flows and the smell of grilled meat fills the air. I hear our fans squeal and take photos and videos. Kosuke just smiles at me. He must be filled with a complicated mix of emotions. He likes when I smile, but he doesn't like seeing me smile at other people. But I need you to look at the crowd paying attention to me, Kosuke. Doesn't it rile you up? Don't you want to get rid of all of these people? Then I notice a weird smile in the crowd. I force my eyes away from it. Now's not the time for a disgusted expression. Smile, Hinata. After the first 2 songs, Kosuke moves away. Okay, so I guess he just noticed the stalker. Or maybe the stalker isn't actually a stalker. He keeps calling them a stalker and saying he doesn't know them. Maybe that's him being an unreliable narrator. Maybe it's his last Kosuke. Maybe he's had multiple Kosukes and the last one just would not leave him alone well enough, was not trained well enough. And now the stalker's going to be after Kosuke. Which one wins? Does Kosuke, his loyal hound, kill the stalker for him and they get to move on until he eventually gets bored of Kosuke as well? Oh, this is so fucked. We play the rest of our songs and soon our time is over. We call our fans to a place beside the stage so the next band can prepare. Kosuke's still not back, so we use the phone of another bandmate. Is Kosuke dead? Even after we're done with our small fan meeting, I still don't see him around. That's odd. I let my bandmates know that I'm going to my car and head over. The huge crowd that gathered today for the festival slows my pace. Is this why Kosuke still isn't back? So yeah, either he's been murdered by the stalker, or Kosuke found the texts and is going to go wild. The closer I get to my car, the fewer people are around. I'm glad I chose to park here. Suddenly, a waft of delicious fear overtakes my senses. My heart races as I cover the deranged smile I can't stop making. Just where is this coming from? My car? I then reach my car. Whose feet am I looking at? Confused, I draw closer. I see Kosuke sitting on the back seats and a man lying in front of him on his back, struggling against Kosuke's iron grip. Hinata? He's looking straight into my eyes. The intense fear was just the other man's at first, but now Kosuke's fear of abandonment grows in size, enveloping us all. What a sexy CG. I need to hurry and reassure him. I've never seen his fear get this big before. Cancel, wait, no. Shit! Okay, we've locked into a bad end. I was too slow. Kosuke has already pushed the face of the stranger into the back seats, putting his knee on his head to make him stay there. His free hands now pull me inside as he closes the door. No. You shouldn't have seen this. I should have erased it before you even had to look at this disgusting pig, but now... Oh no. Accepting me like this is still impossible for you, isn't it, Hinata? He rambles on in fear and shock, all while tying me to the stranger up with cables from our equipment and spare clothes. Kosuke has somehow gained inhuman strength. He's able to handle both me and the stranger. Is it because he's filled with adrenaline right now? Then I look at the stranger. I realize it's the same person who had this weird smile while I performed. What's he doing here in my car? Before I can think about it more, Kosuke blindfolds me with some clothes and puts me next to the driver's seat. I hear the stranger being choked until he finally falls silent. Then Kosuke comes to the driver's seat, turns on the car and drives out of the lot. Where are you bringing us, Kosuke? Somewhere. Don't worry. Please just explain. I'll understand. No. Now you're just afraid of me and will tell me anything to escape. You'll never be able to escape me, accept me. He starts to sob. I can hardly think straight while I'm so intoxicated with his fear. The few seconds I'm sober enough to feel my desire to live, I try to move. But that just makes Kosuke grip my leg. I guess it's a warning. I slowly give up. With this kind of fear and how intoxicated I am with it, there's no way I'll be able to formulate a plan to get out of this. After a while, the car stops. The stranger behind me is still unconscious or dead. I haven't heard a sound from him. Kosuke hauls me out. I hear a river nearby. Kosuke, please, think this over. No, it's too late for that. But don't worry, I'll follow you soon. After I get rid of that pig who looked at you with those disgusting eyes and tried to break into your car. Maybe that's my stalker. If it really is. Get rid of him well. Make him suffer. Oh, this may be the best ending, actually. I will. You still don't believe I can accept you? I'm too afraid, Nada. I don't know when you'll change and leave me as well. I can't bear it anymore. I can't have you leaving me as well. But when I end you, you can't, right? I feel his hands on my neck as he starts to choke me. I'll follow you soon. In a blissful high of fear, I died today. Ending. Don't leave me. Holy shit. Yeah, okay. Best ending so far. We flew too close to the sun, chat. We trained our dog very well, but then I didn't save just in time. We got murdered. He didn't trust that we'd be okay with him murdering other people, even though we've known about it since the beginning, and we became the victim. And he says he'll follow us soon, so it sounds like a lover's suicide, but I don't think he actually would. I think the type of person that Kosuke is, he would eventually twist it in his own mind. He would be like, no, why would I kill myself? He didn't really love me. He couldn't accept me for who I was. I need to keep living. I don't deserve to die. He tried to trick me. He manipulated me. He's wrong. And then he'll try to fall in love with somebody else and find exactly what he wants again. He'll keep murdering and going on. Actual parasite shit. But god damn, that was good. Love that one. He was very dependent on Hinata in this ending. He was. But if he actually wanted a lover's suicide, he wouldn't have killed him first and then gotten into the water. He would have hit him with like the Osamu Dazai. He would have gone into the water together with him. And even then, Osamu Dazai continuously survived his quote-unquote lover's suicides. So yeah, less said about that for now, the better. I need to reread No Longer Human before I dive into that shit. But yeah, I think he would have killed him. He would have been like, no, I love you. I'll follow you soon. This is what true love is. And then when that high wore off, he would have been like, no, I deserve to keep leaving. He was bad. He was leading me on. He probably wanted me to find that stalker. He was causing me all this harm. And then go and find a new victim. Okay. We have to load this one. Yeah, okay. It's not too far. We didn't save too long ago. No Longer Human goes deeper into it. Yeah, it is. Oh, God. This feels more like a horror than yaoi. Oh, it's both. It's both. It can be both. Oh, yeah, it could be both. It could, like... That's the thing. He probably means it in his head when he's saying, like, I'll follow you soon. But, yeah, it could go either way. We don't know. We don't know. Okay, the choking. He gets caught doing a murder. Say something. You must have stopped him. Kosuke looks at me totally confused. I push the stranger's leg into the car and close the door behind me. Who is this guy? Huh? Oh, I think he's some disgusting stalker or something. I saw him watching your performance and then caught him trying to break into your car. I acted like I thought he was afraid of one of your bandmates and offered to open the car for him, and then... Great job, Kosuke. I feel so safe with you. His fear of abandonment shrinks. It's a little regrettable, but now I don't have to focus so much, just to talk. Kosuke, you're gonna get rid of him, right? That's what you want to do, yeah? This is literally the I can make him worse ending. He nods. The smile as well. He's like, yeah, that's what I was doing. I was keeping you safe. Oh, God. Then let's do this together. We just need to get rid of him somewhere with fewer people around. The stranger makes a fuss when he hears that. Oh, shut up. What do you think would happen if you went after me, you fucking delusional idiot? Hinata, can I choke him? Sure. Oh god, they're bonding over the torture and murder. Oh, murder husbands, let's go. Hinata, can I choke him? Sure, go for it. While Kosuke puts the stalker through unimaginable pain and fear, I take the stalker's phone and look through it, opening it with his fingerprint. Luckily, he's logged into all his apps. He liked all of our band's posts and sent many disgusting messages to my number from this device alone. How much more is on all his burner phones? Yep, he's a stalker, all right. Just as I say that, the stalker goes quiet. He's either dead or unconscious. His fear is also gone for now. Kosuke shakes his head and sighs. Choking someone requires a surprising amount of strength. But are you really okay, Hinata? Kosuke pretending he hasn't done this before. Hinata knowing, like, I know you've murdered hundreds of people. Like, you don't have to pretend with me, boy, but I'll keep this thing going. We'll pretend. But yeah, Hinata's, like, uncaring face as well. He's so sexy. There's the yaoi ending, and there's no way. Like, oh my god. This is so fucking Hannibal and Will. This is fan fiction, and I'm so fucking here for it. I give him a passionate kiss. This wonderful dog did it. He killed someone for me. I'll gladly reward him. Kosuke, this is exactly what I want. I need protection. And you're so dedicated to me that you would go this far, right? I love it. Look at the crazy happiness from Kosuke as well. Kosuke's like, finally, someone who will love me despite the fact that I'm this jealous, that I'm this murderous, that I'm this broken. I love it when you intimidate others when you're jealous. I love it when you get rid of others. You love it? Yes. And isn't it romantic when we commit a crime together? It binds us for eternity. We wouldn't want to snitch on each other after all. We can only go this far for each other. A nervous, twisted smile appears on Kosuke's face. Finally, someone understands my love. Yes, this isn't too much. I'm fine. Finally, I found someone who won't leave. As tears flow down his cheeks, I hug him. What a wonderful, wonderful dog he is. I give my bandmates a head up that I'm going home early, then shift to the driver's seat. Kosuke sits down next to me. We hold hands as I hum and drive further and further outside the city. The number of cars driving past us dwindles until we finally find a good empty spot near a river. That's so funny. I was thinking, they're going off for a romantic vacation. They're going to run away together. He's going to give him a fun time in, like, the woods. The most crazy, like, intense smashing session ever. No, he's finding a place to dump the body. And I assume Kosuke's going to want a trophy before he dumps the body. And then they're probably going to smash where they dump the body. That's got to be their new happy place. They'll come back here every couple of months and just go nuts against a tree. Oh my god, I love this relationship. Not in real life, but for the fantasy's sake, this is fucking hot and awesome. There, the earth is moist enough to dig up with bare hands. Thankfully, I have some spare clothes in the car we can change into later. After making sure the stalker is dead and the phone is submerged in the water for a while before I take it with me, we bury the body deep into the earth. Then, we drive out further to smash the phone and throw it into the ocean. I don't know if we'll ever be discovered or not, but now it's up to nature and luck. I walk down the beach with Kosuke, hand in hand. We're a nice, natural couple. We like long walks on the beach, getting drinks together, going to Izakayas, and murdering people that stalk me, making sure that they suffer viciously, taking trophies from their bodies, burying the bodies, and then having sex by the place where we bury the bodies. Kosuke looks blissfully at me, and I return his affection. I finally captured you, my hunting dog. I look forward to our future. Ending eternally entangled. The heart pupils, I didn't even notice that. He does have hearts in his eyes. 10 out of fucking 10. This was amazing. I am so glad we played this game. I didn't know just how good this was going to be. I didn't know just how fucked this was going to be. I didn't know. Actually, I thought it was going to be more messed up when it came to like gore and violence and showing things. But it didn't lean too much into that, and it gave us just as much as we needed. Fantastic, and I love that ending specifically. It was so good. So what I wanted to talk about while I was going through that is one of the best things about dark fiction is you can see characters that are absolutely disgusting, absolutely revolting and horrific, and you don't want anything to do with. And you can notice parts of them that you connect with and kind of feel uncomfortable because of that. But it helps you like spot some of the like darker parts of your personality so that you can actually work with them. So I mean, literally the other day I was talking about, there was one point in my life where I was managed to be like convinced by other people that I was like a piece of shit. Like I saw everything that I ever did as nice as being performative, because in my mind I'd been convinced I'm a bad person. Like I am not good. And so some of the thoughts that Hinata was going through, that's why while it was going on, I was like, maybe he's not a demon. Maybe he's just like leaned into that. Maybe he's managed to convince himself that he doesn't feel anything because it hurts to feel things and he's running away from it. And the same as like when it came to Kosuke. Kosuke, I have 100% met people that are that intense with relationships. Yeah, it's a lot. But at the same time, I know that there are people that have dealt with that and managed to come out on the other side. Not with murder. When it comes to murder, that's the point where it's no longer, oh, some therapy will help you, and more, oh, you need to be sectioned for you and everybody else's protection. But yeah, at least up until the point of like this serious like obsessiveness and the whole like, I just don't want you to abandon me. I don't want to feel alone again. And then yeah, they just like slowly learn to come to grips with like, I am a good person. I have things to offer. Because that's where that normally comes from, that fear of abandonment. And again, they played into it so well of taking like real human emotions within this. Having him be like uncomfortable with his parents, not able to talk to his parents, is such a real thing for so many people, where it's like, I just feel like no matter what I say, it's never enough for them. Every time I talk to them, it feels like they're just comparing me to other children, comparing me to my other siblings, and I'm never enough for them. And therefore I feel like I have to like overwork and do my best, and it's still never enough. And I don't think anyone will ever give me that attention and affection. And yeah, they played into so many real life human like problems in this, turned them up to 11, and then found a way to make these two match each other's freak in such a terrifying way. So good. So good. Simple and tame, but really well executed. Yeah. I'm going through that right now, and I only just realized I just remembered it when you mentioned it. Thank you for the reminder. Oh, no problem. Everybody needs to be reminded of that sometimes, that you're human. We all make mistakes. We all have flaws. We just work on them and try to get better. My favorite line from Cinema Therapy still is just the line that is, we are never stagnant. We are always either regressing or, I forget the other word, taking steps forward. But it's the basic idea that you're always either properly working on yourself and trying to make improvements, or you're going backwards in a different direction. You're repressing things and you're, progressing. Thank you. Progressing or regressing. You're either, yeah, working on yourself, finding out what's wrong with you, because we all have things wrong with us. Or you are, yeah, running away from that, and that does make it worse. It's not, there are times that you don't have the time to actually progress, and you need to like, yeah, just take care of yourself, focus on being healthy for a little while, and come back when you have more energy. But yeah, in the case of like these two, they 100% see all the red flags, they look the other way, and they charge headfirst into danger. And then they manage to convince each other like, hey, Be my good little hunting dog. Go murder people. Be jealous. In fact, I'll make you more jealous. I'll go out of my way to give you victims to murder for me. And on the other hand, like, yeah, and then you'll never leave me, right? Like, oh, I'll keep acting like you're the only thing that I need and you give me purpose and you for some reason want me to exist like that. You want me to exist as just attached to you and completely under your power, even though we're, you know, under each other's power. And that right there, my children, is codependency. Oh, dear God. Well, then this is a very interesting introduction to Yaoi. It was a great game, but it's extremely terrifying. Yeah. This felt like it could have been like somebody watched Hannibal, the BBC series. Is it BBC? No, it wasn't BBC. The Hannibal series with Mads Mikkelsen. They watched the Hannibal series and they were like, this is kind of cool. I just kind of wish they were both fucked up and matched each other's freak. And then they wrote something where it was like, yeah, this is what we get. A nice happy ending where they go on to become murder husbands and keep traveling the country, murdering forever. Yeah. Constantly regressing or progressing. We are constantly changing and trying to do better. Yeah. Just the brain chemistry in your head. That's the thing. You wake up one day, you feel one way. You wake up a different day. You never know what you're going to feel like. So just keep trying to do better every day. Parents do their best, but they mess us up. They don't mean to, but they get things wrong. They're human too. But when you grow up, you can choose to work on those parts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is what I was talking about the other day, where I was like, there are a lot of things in my childhood that weren't like aggressive. That's the thing. I didn't have like an extremely abusive situation or anything extremely sad, but I realize nowadays the scars that I got from things and a lot of the things that I've done to other people essentially is mimicking the same behavior as some of the people in my life. And yeah, you just have to take the steps to realize like, okay, I'm doing that. Why am I doing that? What's my trigger? How can I notice those triggers and try to work on them so I don't do to other people what has been done to me? So yeah, that kind of thing. Love all your voice acting throughout the whole novel. Those Yandere lines were performed so perfectly, Taskaru. Thank you so much, Nekobaga. I didn't give them each unique enough voices at the beginning, and I really regretted that. I tried to make Hinata like more soft by the end and make him more desperate, but yeah, sorry, Hinata, no, Kosuke. I tried to make Kosuke like more soft and needy by the end, because at first he just looked so like big and energetic, but then you got to know like the cute little broken puppy he was. But yeah, I feel like I could have done that much better, like in a proper separate kind of thing. But yeah, I really liked the voice I gave to Hinata. Hinata was a lot of fun. And like being able to do like the head strokes and the head pats. It was all so good. Need more VNs where Yaoi is just just constantly is, I can make him worse, and they actively acknowledge how bad it really is. Yeah, because that's the great thing about this. You can see a story like this and you can be like, oh, this is incredible. This is so fucked up. This is so toxic and horrible in every way. You can enjoy that and not be like, I enjoy that because I wish that happened in real life. You can enjoy that and be like, oh, I enjoy that. It's so fucked up. It's so toxic. It's so horrific. I recognize that this would be horrific in real life, but at the same time, do I kind of want a man who would kill for me? Do I think it would be kind of hot if somebody like murdered somebody in front of me and then stroked my face with the hand still covered in blood? Am I a freak? Yes. Yes, I fucking am. But I am very aware of what should stay in fantasy and what role-playing is for. That's why fake blood is so much fun. That's why you can have fun with weapons that are blunted and imitation things. Your voice acting was amazing, Sensei. The way you convey emotions enamours me with every game you play. Oh, thank you so much. I had so much fun with this one. I love leaning into like the more dark things. Like, even though that's the weird thing. Like, it absolutely breaks my heart sometimes in games like Fata Morgana. I am pretty fucking weak when it comes to violence towards children. And that unfortunately has a lot of violence towards children. I still enjoy like doing the Lord's voice lines, but I think the two things that have broken me the most ever in the past is like imagining the shit that happened to Morgana and imagining the shit that happened to Giselle. Both of those, where it came to like Michelle's father and how he like vocalized everything while he was abusing Giselle, and everything that the Lord is doing to Morgana in our current run through has just been, ugh, it's disgusting, but at the same time, it's fun to play those kinds of characters and be like, You are the most horrific, sick fuck in the world, and I'm gonna make you sound like the most horrific, sick fuck in the world. And then we hope that somebody, a guardian angel, comes along like Michelle. Or Bestia, an even worse beast to deal with the fucks. We need more yaoi and yuri like that in fiction. Heck, just play more relationships like that in fiction. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the new Monster Girl one. Didn't the first episode ever air? There's like a Monster Girl one, a Yuri one, where it's like a Monster Girl wants to consume a woman, but she's consuming other people around her first. It's good shit. Definitely learned to look back on how things in my childhood. And there was also just the summer Hikaru died. I haven't watched that yet. Is that done yet, or is that going for a second core? Because I'm interested in that too. I definitely have learned to look back on how things in my life affected me thanks to you. I have a bad time regulating my emotions, especially anger at times. And I know this was because of my young life. Yeah. And it's something that once you recognize that you can start to work on it. But for so long, we don't. Like, that's the thing. You have to do actual, like, introspection. You have to look at yourself and be like, why do I do this? Do I want to do this? Like, there are times also that you notice your bad behavior and you're like, I just don't know why. And then there are times you notice, like, behavior and you're like, okay, that I get where it comes from and it's okay, I can live with that. And then there are other things where you're like, I can't live with this. I don't want to live with this. I want to work on this. Find out, like, coping mechanisms and way to work through things when you're having an attack or a trigger or something. Kakatoshi, Otsuku, I sure do love fiction. Taskaru. Yeah. Your VA was amazing and this game was fun to experience with everyone. Thank you so much and thank you for donating the allowance. Season 1 of The Summer That Hikaru Died is done and we might have a season 2. Oh, they haven't confirmed it yet, so it hasn't finished the full manga story. Is the manga, like, particularly much longer? Is it like, would like a season 2 complete it? Or is it like one where it will need like multiple seasons? Because I tend to like stories like that coming to an end first before I actually watch them. Oh, the manga's still ongoing. Oh, shit. Okay. Damn it. Sending hugs, hearts, and care to Kuchan. I'm also giving them to fellow pupils too. Yeah, I just... That's why I love when other people talk about the things that they've been through. Because it's a little bit more rough. But yeah, it's nice to hear that somebody in real life has gone through like something similar that... a lot of people think like I'm alone in the world. Nobody has been through this. I'm broken. There is something wrong with me. And there are a lot of people who realize that there's something wrong with them. And instead of actually working on it and realizing I'm human, this is understandable, I want to grow from it. And so being able to talk about those experiences, they just completely cover it up. And they're like, no, nobody will accept me if I talk about this. I need to hide it. I need to push it away. And therefore people in the world don't realize like, oh, you can have like that problem. You can have like these urges or these issues and actually work your way through them and deal with them and be a good person. And that can actually be so helpful for people that are going through similar things. But if not, there's always fiction. And that's why there was a part of me that wanted to have like an actual like happy ending from this. Like it would have been very sweet, but I think it kind of would have ruined the experience for some people as well. For me, I could see an experience where, Kosuke and Hikaru? Yeah. No, Hikaru's the summer Hikaru died. What's the main demon's? Hinata. God damn. So quickly I forgot his name. I could have seen an ending where Hinata like slowly came to become more human, feel more emotion, get into a feeling of like, wait, am I empathizing with these creatures now? Why do I empathize with them? I only liked Kosuke because he was giving me what I needed, but now I can understand their suffering. I don't like this. I want to be free from this. But then slowly start to work on his own self would be kind of amazing. Being a demon who thrives on eating fear, being infected with humanity and conscience, it's been done to death, is the thing. So I think this game wouldn't go into that because some people that come into this game just wanting sexy, messed up, fun time. I can make him worse. Don't want to see like a whole like arc of somebody being like, wait, am I the bad guy? But it could make a very good story in its own right, which is why I'm still looking forward to whatever they do with Bestia in the future of like the spin-offs of Fata Morgana and stuff. And Kikuchan, this game was interesting, a little bit scary for me, not gonna lie, but with you, your voice acting, comments, and reactions, I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Miri Lively. I'm so glad to hear it. Thank you for donating the allowance, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Hinata has to be the weakest demon I've ever seen, because how do you let a human kill you? He couldn't do shit to him either. He was just pinned down every time. That demon was a bottom. He was made to be put face down, ass up. And we respect him for it. And then he gave Kosuke what he wanted at the end as well. Good shit. Good shit. What do you mean I'm not the only tragic protagonist in the world? That's the thing. We're all our own protagonists. Everyone is the protagonist of their own story. We're all going through our own things. You never know whose story you're a victim in either. Reasons I speak about my own trauma, I recognize that it encourages others to speak up, even if it's painful. Yeah. He did say he had no powers, like he was fragile as a human being. Yeah, he can just see other people's fear and drain it. That was his only thing. He wasn't strong. He couldn't, like, disappear or vanish or summon fire or a metal whip. Turn invisible. No. He just saw people's fear. He was just an emotional manipulator. He was just, an empath. I'm somewhat of an empath, Oh, God. VA as always was so dynamic and really set the emotion and the motion in your voice. And the way you always express that liking toxic, darking themes is okay when not IRL is so refreshing. Lots of love, Sensei. Thank you so much, Nori. I just realized I've been really dumb. We're going to move to my bedroom, and while I'm chatting, I'm going to start loading up the next game. I have to buy it, for one thing. They wouldn't even let you buy it before the actual, release. So, 1 second. Let me put some music on, too. But thank you so much for the lovely message. Zigzagetti, love me some dark fiction, emphasis on fiction. Yeah, we had that conversation the other day as well, where a lot of people like true crime fiction as well. For some people, that draws a line, because then there are real victims. There are real things that have gone on in this. There are family members who have survived and been traumatized by this, and hearing other people be fascinated by it and just get obsessed with it. It can seem very morbid and painful. So yeah. Different levels for each person. In this case, where it is purely fiction, yeah, go off the fucking rails. Have fun with it. Go nuts. And this one was such a treat, especially with Sensei's voice acting. Sewing kit Docker. Haven't moved on from that bit, please. I'm gonna have to Google that one. Which one? The tendons or just the sewing kit in general and some other crazy shit going on? Because maybe I've read too much dark fiction. But yeah, the fact that I was just oh, this is all he's doing? He's just skinning him a little bit? Okay, Kosuke. You do you. You're doing your best, buddy. You are working with a demon right here. He wasn't even the type of demon who could survive anything. Imagine if he was an immortal demon. At that point, you can have a lot of fun when it comes to torture, and they just keep getting better. They just keep healing. What am I searching for? Buy Sweet Carol. As in, I wish to buy Sweet Carol. No, play the song. No, play the music. Add to cart. Do my cart. Pay my, buy it. Continue. And purchase. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. Damn! Almost 15 gigabytes. To be fair, this game is fully hand-drawn and hand-animated. So there are a lot of layers of animation and stuffs in it. I'm also going to turn the music down just a tiny bit. I think that's just a little bit intense. There we go. Yeah, big game. I didn't expect that. Considering it's a little adventure game and it's got cute little art style, it must either be very long or just because there is so much animation. It is cool that it's hand-drawn animation, though. It's going to be a lot of fun going through it. Step, thank you so much for donating the allowance. No message, but I hope you're having a lovely day, and I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Will you make another waiting room, or both games will be in the same stream? Oh, there's already another waiting room. When I end this stream, we're going to raid straight into my own waiting room. The waiting room has been up since very, very early in the morning, when I woke up and realized the game wasn't going to be out in time. Humans look for confirmation of their experience in poetry and writing. That's why people actively seek for it. In sad times like funerals, they're trying to make sense of all the emotion. Yeah. We all want everything to exist for a reason. And we all like to, connect with things. So we like to see connections sometimes that aren't there as well. We go out of our ways to understand things or, adapt things so that they work with experiences that we've had and feelings that we've had so that we interpret things. Thank you for the stream, Sensei. This yaoi was such a treat. I've been dealing with an obsessed person. I had to cut them out of my life and all, and I hope they're doing well. That's the thing. Exactly is that as well. I love the way that you put that, Cutie Italian, because it is... Sometimes you realize, oh, I can't have this person in my life. They are unhealthy for me and for themselves. And so you can... All right, I didn't have that set to play. Sorry, that was a really creepy cutoff. You can have a moment of being like, man, I need you away from me. I'm kind of scared, but I do hope you get better. This isn't just get the fuck away from me, you freak. This can be like, oh, I don't think this is good for us. I think you need space, I need space, and I do hope you get better. Fortunately, I have to agree. He's an empath who is also a toxic person. I hate that I know how a toxic empath, even if he's fictional. At least I know now how to look out for one. There are a lot of toxic empaths, the biggest manipulators in the world, and especially they tend to go into politics and find themselves to places of power. Yeah, that does unfortunately exist a lot in the world. I only started the beginning part, and I know you'll totally fall in love with it. It's super good. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll only play for like 2 to 3 hours today, and then we'll wrap up because it is a second stream, but it just means we'll have a much longer stream next week. Just unfortunate the way that things worked out with it releasing late. CGs are also beautiful. I'm actually so happy for them that they had their happy ending. Thank you for playing, Kuchan. Thank you, Miss Jerry Lawlia. And yeah, I feel that as well. It's like, good for them. They are gay and murderous as fuck. Go be serial killer buddies. Have a wonderful time. Adopt a child someday. Maybe they'll kill someone because they'll find it fun. And then they'll find a young child who was one of the victims' children. And they'll be like, oh, well, now it needs a parent. Actually, no. No, because they're making each other worse. They're not going to learn love from that. That's not going to be, let's adopt a child and raise it properly. That's got to be, oh, look, another pet. So no adopted child for them. No. Honestly, set free the dog. Where's my Daisy at? Go give Daisy a better owner. If Daisy even existed, if Daisy wasn't just like the name that, what's his name? Kosuke, that Kosuke just like made up and just explained like why he has like dog carrying equipment like a cage and stuff. Tribe Princess, thank you so much for donating the allowance. I hope you're having a lovely day and please take it easy. Choo-choo, again, it's the harsh reminder. Yeah, I hate that I still like yanderes despite dealing with an obsessive person. Maybe it's because in fiction I know they're not real. That is also a very real thing, Strawberry Artini. Fiction is a good way to put yourselves into situations that sometimes hit a bit close to home, but you can control them. That is a thing that is well known. You can be interested in something that is very toxic and that even you've experienced in real life. And that is a way to feel safe and to go through it and to be excited by it sometimes, or just mortified by it, and just be able to know that if it hits too close to home, if it makes you feel too uncomfortable, you can turn off the movie, you can close the book, you can step away. It's a way of taking control back for people who have been victims of it sometimes. For some people, it's absolutely terrifying and it's triggering and you don't want it around you. Whereas for other people, it's like, there's a fascination about it. And obviously, I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't talk about exactly why it works. But I know that there are people who have talked about their experiences and basically said like, yeah, no, even though I had this horrific thing did to me, I like embracing it in fiction because then I'm in control of it. I am the one who gets to take control back from that, and I don't just have to be a victim all of the time. I can, yeah, have control of what happened to me, exploring it through fiction. So that is something that I've heard people talk about before. I sure hope Daisy has the best life away from them. True. We never saw a CG for a dog, so yeah, it was probably... Unless interview with a vampire type of situation. Yeah, because at that point, the child is a serial killer too. I love Claudia. Claudia is fucking terrifying in her own right. Honestly, one of the most disturbing things in that entire Vampire Chronicles series. And she keeps coming back. Like, they were like, oh, no. We can't just have it end at vampires. Now we get to have ghosts. No, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil things that happen with Claudia. But yeah, Claudia had a lot of trauma inflicted on her. Claudia takes out that trauma on the well. Fiction is a safe space for reflection. It's a lake you can dive into, but know that you'll never fully drown. Yeah, you can pull yourself out. And if you ever do feel yourself struggling against the tide, you can back away and just be like, okay, I need to just surround myself with pure positivity and happiness and gentleness now. It was an uncomfortable situation that I got out of. I was able to heal a lot of my trauma by writing stories with that situation in them. That's even better as well. Yeah, putting it in through fiction and even creating your own fiction is fantastic. Yume Haya, thank you so much for the donation. I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for donating for allowance, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. In fiction, I can protect myself and stop it when I want. In real life, you don't have that choice most times. Yeah, and that's why it's so unfortunate that people go out of their way to demonize people who just like the fictional setting and may actually get genuine positive things and catharsis from it. Like I said, despite how fucked up both those characters were in that visual novel, I recognize parts of myself and parts of other people that I care for in them. And yeah, it was a weird situation of being like, oh, I kind of want them to do better. And then at the same time being like, oh, but I love seeing them do worse. Also, pets and hugs for fellow Pupals and Kuchan. Thank you. A woman's rage. Yeah. Claudia, my troubled favorite who I adore. Yeah. Literally, the little girl who has to stay innocent and pure and adorable forever and fights the fuck back against that. Through fiction, we can legally become the perpetrators and vent emotions that aren't allowed in real life, especially when it comes to lewd desires. Yeah. That's also why roleplay is such an important thing when it comes to two consenting adults. Absolutely, Claudia had a lot of trouble, but damn girlie is unhinged. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so is everybody else in her life, in one way or another. This experience actually made me happy, since as someone who had been in a similar situation and had a hard time recovering from it, I love seeing how much I healed by being able to enjoy this. Oh, Eva, that's so lovely to hear as well, yeah. If you've been in that situation and at one point you've watched like things and it's triggered you and you've been like, no, I can't handle that right now. And then you get to a point where you can watch things like this and be like, oh, it doesn't have an effect on me anymore. Like, it's fascinating and there's still like a hint of fear, but I know it's fiction. It doesn't bring up the actual trauma anymore. You realize how much you've grown. So I am genuinely so happy to hear that. Thank you for sharing that with everyone. Might be a little off topic, but currently Kinktober is ongoing, and yet again, outsiders found themselves in the fandom demonizing the people for it. There are just people that are never going to trust it, and it's sad. It's sad. You know that fiction is just a shadow of reality cast on the wall, and while the darkness can be overwhelming sometimes, it can't harm you. You can always light a candle or step away. And like we said, when it comes to people like Hinata, there are people like Hinata that exist in the world. There are people that go out of their way to learn how to manipulate people because they realize like, oh, I have a problem, and instead of working on it, they go out of their way to be like, how can I make it everyone else's problem? How can I figure out how to manipulate other people so that they serve my purposes? And it's nice to be able to witness that. That's one of the best things about fiction when it comes to serial killers. Because so often in reality, and we were talking about this in Fata Morgana as well, they always cast like the heroes as like these heroic, beautiful people. They're stunning. They have long flowing hair and golden halos above their heads and big angelic wings, and everybody loves them and they're so beautiful. And the villains are evil and ugly and shriveled, disgusting creatures. And then you have a character like Morgana who turned into like this cursed, horrific to look at thing just because of a slight thing, and now everybody treats her and demonizes her as evil. Where was I going with all of this? Oh yeah, that's it. There is a pretty privilege. There is a privilege of like being highly educated, being able to speak well, people enjoying listening to you and looking at you, and you can get away with a lot more. And it's very important to be able to recognize that, oh, this person is manipulating me. This person is buttering me up. This person knows what I'm thinking and knows how to use it against me, and I know I need to get the fuck away from them. That's where I was going at with that. And then I got so distracted by Fata Morgana, as I often do. Sharon, thank you so much for donating the allowance. I hope you're having a lovely day. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. And Noeen, thank you for your donation. And Ria, thank you for your donation. There were so many donations in a row. None with messages either. So I hope you're all having a lovely day. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and thank you. Pretty privilege is incredibly true, yeah. And even with the cursed knowledge we were talking about, things just like freaking dolphins, where it's like, oh, they're cute, so people give them good PR, even though they do horrific things. Hearing you talk about separating fiction from reality, it reminds me of how much murder is normalized in fiction, but as soon as a toxic relationship appears, people are freaked out and grossed out. That is a weird one now that I think about it. People are fine with like video games going out and like you can just get in a car and drive through a sidewalk and run over as many people as you want. But as soon as like, oh, there is like a dark problematic relationship or like something other uncomfy in that regard, it's like, oh no, it's fucked up, it's horrible, we need to get rid of it. It's like, eh? So it's just because like this one makes you uncomfortable, but this one is actually really fucked. They're all fucked up, but still. Learning about roleplay and the fact that I can enjoy those weird parts myself with the help of another person was like amazing. Let's all be thankful for smart old mans. And be very careful with that as well. Like, that safe words are there for a reason. Safe words are there for trust and boundaries that you have to respect no matter what. But you also need to look into all of that stuff and trust that your partner is able to accept all of that stuff as well. Even IRL, horrible people can have good and relatable parts to them. It doesn't absolve them, but it helps to remind us they're humans, not monsters. And humans are capable of monstrous deeds. Yeah, in fact, I was just reminding myself today of a poem, because I remember it coming up in my mind at one point. There's a poem, and I literally have it on my phone. I looked it up today when I went for my walk, because I was like, what is that poem that, like, talks... Like, it's called Vultures. So this is a poem on the nature of evil, called Vultures by Chinua Achebe. And I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but basically it starts by describing vultures. It says, like, in the grayness and drizzle of one despondent dawn, unstirred by harbingers of sunbreak, a vulture perching high on a broken bone of a dead tree nestled close to his mate, his smooth, bashed-in head, a pebble on a stem rooted in a dump of gross feathers. Basically, it's a vulture that's just gone off and pecked the shit out of a dead body, found sustenance, shared it with his mate, and they're now cuddling. It's the idea that, like, ill, vultures, disgusting, vile things feed off of, like, dead bodies. Ugh, vulture's bad. But then the next line goes into talking about, like, strange, indeed, how love in other ways so particular will pick a corner in that charnel house, tidied up and coil up there, perhaps even fall asleep, her face turned to the wall. Thus, the commandant at Belsen camp going home for the day with fumes of human roast clinging rebelliously to his hairy nostrils, will stop at the wayside sweet stop and pick up a chocolate for his tender offspring waiting at home for daddy's return. So yeah, it talks about people that worked at the death camps in Nazi Germany, and the fact that even though we know the horrific shit that they did, they were still loving fathers. There were children who were happy and elated by their fathers coming home with chocolate bars and candies and giving them kindness after they had just gone and committed genocide. And so yeah, it's just a reflection on the weird parts of humanity where we can be so fucking evil and yet still have like tiny bits of kindness, tiny bits of love. And it describes it in a really fascinating way where it talks about like love being a tiny worm inside a shriveled corpse, if that's the kind of shit you do, and in the opposite regard as well. Overwhelming good can always have like little bits of evil hiding within it as well. Yeah, that's humanity. We are neither good nor evil. We are just human. We are trying to survive. When we're pushed into things, we do horrific things. Humanity is complex and not just black and white. Yeah, exactly. Multiple shades of gray and in all kinds of other ways. Vultures are incredible creatures. They help the ecosystem. Yeah, all things that are like bottom feeders do. They help with like, yeah, cleaning up the environment, reusing some of the resources. Playing No, I'm Not a Human makes me go through that, actually. Judging someone based on how conventionally beautiful and safe they... Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. That's on my list as well. The BTK serial killer daughter has a documentary where she talks about that. Her father was killing people and coming back home to her. Yeah, and what does that do to you as a person that's like, that's my father. I loved him. And he was out there serial killing, and I knew nothing about it. Yeah... With that said, we are going to raid over to my other waiting room. We are now officially 1.5 hours late for it. I'm so sorry. But first we play My Sweet Carol. Yeah, exactly. On that, like, amazing dive into, like, human psychology and the nature of good and evil, we're going to wrap that up, and we're going to play a cute little child's game horror thing. It's stylized in the way of, like, Disney animations. So it's very much like Beauty and the... It's like 90s Disney animation. It's all hand-drawn animation as well. It's about a cute girl in a little orphanage. Her friend goes missing and she's trying to find us. So I will yeet you guys over there. I'm going to really quick like set up everything because right now I've got it installed, but not anything else. So I got to do some balancing stuffs. But that should start, hopefully, within about 5 minutes. And then we'll play that game for like another 2 to 3 hours, have another discussion, wrap up, and then we'll be done for the day. But thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you all have a lovely evening. We're not going to do a proper outro this time, because I don't want to do like the full Laura Shigihara song. So I'm just going to... God, I hate that they changed YouTube again. 1 second. It's a weird new way that I have to set up the raids. It's so... Redirect. Just Spy Sweet Carol. Save. Okay. So yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up very quickly. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining me for Fearbonding. It was a lovely time. I hope the creator makes more games, because that was very fascinating. So yeah, I'd love to see more deep dives into like dark topics in like fun, enjoyable ways. But if you're heading out and not coming to the next stream, all good. Have a lovely evening. Rest well. Take care. And I'll see you guys next time. And if you are, I'll see you guys very shortly for Bye Sweet Carol. Sweet dreams, everyone. Bye-bye.